feel like where I grew up, there was like no laws. I feel like people were just, you know what I mean? Like cousins would date each other, and not like in a weird. I'm not being shady. That's just like what it was. And I was just like, maybe the laws. Is there a law you can't date your cousin?
Her name is Trish. She's got the dish and all the gossip's filthy rich, pretty and pink, hot topic queen, and says what everybody thinks. She's just Trish.
Hello, you guys. Please, please, please don't skip our ad. It's just Trish and Oscar and Moses. Don't embarrass me, mother.
What Moses? Sorry, I kicked Moses away. This is Barry here.
Oh, yeah. You have your face shaved today, which is like,
Barry here.
I'm kind of shook that you did it for the Barry cosplay.
Just got out of jail. My duffel bag is here.
That's the only cosplay we got accurate. I ordered everything exactly what he wore, and like they came. It was just sitting at the UPS store, and they didn't tell us. So I found out last night, and I couldn't get it. Today's Sunday, and I was just like, oh my God, I couldn't get it. But the cross came in. Is that the first time wearing a cross, babe?
No.
You wore a cross before? I like it. It looks good on you. And but everything else is yours. It's such a funny cosplay. First of all, wait. I always ask you to shave your face for cosplays, like really important ones that are like shaved face. I'm like, no. But you did it for the Barry Keoghan cosplay?
Because I feel like he looks like one of those cats with no hair. You know, like he looks like there's so much skin. I don't know how to explain it. You can't be him without a lot of skin.
A cat with no hair.
Like his face is just skin. Like there's a lot of.
Well, most people's face is just skin. That'd be awkward.
Do you know what
if
I
it
mean,
wasn't.
Oscar?
Do you know what he's trying to say?
Maybe is it because is one of like the hot rat boys or whatever?
The Rodent Men.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it rat boys or rodent?
I think it's Rodent Men.
I'm like, rat is wild.
Rat Boys are a different band.
Yeah. Right. The rodent look. Oh, that's what you wanted to go for. Okay, I see in the best way. I can see a little rodent in you. I see that. I don't really. I love the rodent. You know. I love Rodent Men. The Mike Fice, the Josh O'Connors. I don't really like Timothy Chalamet, but I like Jeremy Allen White. I like all the Rodent Men.
Yeah,
They're kind of him.
Some of them didn't really give me like rodent vibes like a Jeremy Allen White, but I mean, I think it's good that he's lumped in there too.
I think he's a rodent vibe. I think it's just like the pointed face, kind of like littler eyes, like maybe beadier eyes.
Yeah, and like the jaw cheeks.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely a compliment. I mean, it sounds
they're all
bad.
hot. I know
They're
it
all
sounds
hot.
bad, but they're all literally so hot.
Yeah,
so...
it is a weird thing.
Yeah, if they were like lumped in with like ugly randoms, then I feel like then that's bad.
Who's
but,
an
like,
ugly random that you wouldn't want lumped in there?
Well,
I want to know who you think is the ugly, because I feel like you don't really have like uglies. I guess it's mean. Maybe we don't need to say it.
I know. We get canceled in like 5 minutes.
Right,
of
we're
the
being,
intro.
That's true, because you know what? Like, what's it called? We don't shame men. Like, men look, because I do feel like men get like shamed sometimes, and it's like it's only okay if we only say like nobody shaming to women, but I feel like men sometimes get shamed.
Yeah, for sure.
Looks and stuff. But I think rodent is an endearing term. I think it's meant to be like hot.
I think so too, and it's like literally like I said, if the whole group of them is all like hot guys, hot, successful, like in demand actors, who are like probably like the hottest actors right now.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah.
Also, like in Chinese astrology, the rat is the smartest one from all of them. So like, some people are just attached to like, I don't like rats, but it's not a bad thing. Like,
wow.
And they're the smartest one.
Really, the rats? Maybe we should have a baby year of the rat.
They had basically the story of the Chinese astrology is like there was a race, and the bull, the Taurus, was at the front, and right before the finish line, the rat was on his back. He didn't notice. He jumped over him, so he tricked everyone and got first in the race.
Really? Sounds like another one. Sounds like the tortoise in the hare. Oh, I guess he didn't do it. He didn't trick him.
That's Coco.
Right, yeah. Okay, yeah. I like that. Okay. I really like that. Interesting. Well, there you go, Rodent Men. I think they're all gorgeous. Like, I have a weird infatuation with them at the moment.
Yeah, and also, like, it really is not that bad. They're all, like, skinny or ripped. It's not like, we have, like, the trauma of being compared to a lot of, like, unflattering creatures. Like whales, elephants, pigs, all that. So, like, you're doing okay to be, like,
I think a Tonka truck was one. Someone... I think that was like
truck.
Yeah, I think that was a hater name on Twitter or something. Someone's calling me Tonka. I was like, okay, well.
See, like, we've gone through the gambit. So, like, if you're being called a rodent man, like, you can take it. Yeah. We've been called much worse.
We love, right. The Rodent Men are here to stay. And you look, I can't believe you shaved for this cosplay. I was shook when you came downstairs because he's very adamant about not shaving. He hates the way he looks with a shaved face. I love it. Your mother loves it. We got to call her and tell her. It looks so good.
Honestly, I only did it because I knew you'll be happy.
You look so handsome. I saw you. I was like, oh my God, you look so like I literally like gagged a little because we've been watching Bridgerton all weekend and I was just kind of gagged a little bit and you gagged him. And yeah, we are very yoga and super carpenter. I really just want to do the photos. And that's what we did. Oh, we did TikToks for Fashion Nova too. I'm not sponsored by Fashion Nova on the podcast, just my TikToks. Which they would. I feel like they know I'm going to talk about them anyways on the podcast. Because I gave them my rates for the podcast. And like, oh, we'll just do TikToks. But they know I'm going to talk about them every freaking episode.
But also, it's important because, the podcast, we tell you when there's sponsors on the episode and when there's
Right. There's actually no sponsors today. We were supposed to have a sponsor. It hasn't come in yet. We had a sponsor today, but they haven't come in yet, so we're pushing it. So instead...
What is the green card? Like I see...
Oh, gosh, that's definitely not our sponsor. Thank you for that. We'll get to that later, but... now I'm reading this. Okay. Anyways, I don't even need to read it because it's not even important. This is important, though. Patreon.com/... It's chaotic. It's chaotic. You guys, we're filming a day early, and every time I don't get like a weekend, like a Sunday or a Saturday, if we film early, everything's off. I'm a worker on a Monday and a Monday only. You know what I mean? I work one day a week, and that's Monday. And if it's not a Monday, forget it. And today has been chaos all morning. And we should have our own reality show, honestly. Today would have been that one. In my Sabrina Carpenter cosplay, just doing the most, just doing a lot and sweating and stuff. And with 2 kids, everything's just harder. But anyways, we got it done. Patreon.com/JustTrish is our sponsor today. It's not a sponsor. We're not getting paid. Well, we get paid on Patreon.
You the Patreon. The patrons.
You're the patrons.
The patrons.
You're the sponsor.
You are the sponsor. We belong to you.
But we're not doing paid promotion because we're not getting paid to talk about Patreon, you know? One time Poshmark paid me to talk about Poshmark, but I never did again because I was like, well, they just go to my Poshmark anyways. I don't need to talk.
What is your Poshmark?
Poshmark should be 88, but not sponsored. But go to there too. Shout out my mom for doing the Poshmark. Anyways, patreon.com/JustTrish, you guys. Okay, first of all, perks. We'll start with perks because Moses has it ready to go. I'm proud of you. Rainbow Birkin bag is our headshot of the month. If you are saying gay rights, this is the one you need. And if you don't order it, you're homophobic. So go to patreon.com/JustTrish. This is the headshot tier and the producer tier. They get this headshot. It's also the Taylor Swift cosplay, the Birkin. There's just a lot happening. The bob. By the way, that was like my real hair on top, and now my hair is cut into a permanent bob, but that's a whole other story. And then we also have our sticker of the month, which is also gay rights. And this will be shipped in July 15th, so you have till July 10th to sign up. We have this is another gay rights look that I had. A couple years ago, but still holds up. Still iconic.
It is iconic.
Yes. We love it. The hand heart emoji. It's just crushing it. It's huge. Look how big that sticker is compared to the other ones. It's a huge one. Collect them all. And a lot of people have said they've regretted not signing up for these tiers. Like, I wish I would have collected them all. Because once they're gone, they're gone. We're not bringing them back. We might stop after a year. We might keep going. We don't know. But it might end at a year. So if you want to collect them all, maybe we'll keep going. I like it, but who knows? Anyways. And then if you
This is my personal favorite.
Yeah. So for our producers... We have a year in our 100th episode coming up. You're going to get a notebook, a Just Trish notebook.
No way.
I love Oscar Street. That's how I imagine everyone reacting at home.
Oh my God, that's everything.
Yeah.
Like this would be my sketchbook. Like I would be all day sketching and getting inspired.
That's how I knew it was good when Moses said it is, because usually stuff comes in, he's like, what is this? And so much of this came in. We have like 200 of these. He's like, what? And then he's like, that looks good. So, there is the inside. Wow. It says Just Trish. Show the back of it. Not the back, but the back cover. Do you know what I mean? Inside the back. Yeah. Oh. Okay, get a little Just Trish. And so you get this if you're in the producer tier on our YouTube channel. Watch out for it. It's coming in July. When we hit our 1-year episode and our 100th episode, we'll give away 5 and 5. And then follow our Instagram is it at Just Trish Pod? What is our Instagram?
Just Trish Pod, yeah.
Just Trish Pod. There's so many all over the place. At Just Trish Pod, because we'll also do 10 giveaways over there in the month of July. Look out for it. It's not happening now. I got to figure out how we do it. We'll figure it out, I'm sure. I don't know. It sounds complicated. But if you're a Patreon or producer, you're going to just get that as your $100 tier, plus the handwritten note from me, plus your name in the credits. And, it's a good time, everybody.
I mean, if I was a student, this would be the biggest flex.
Yeah.
To be like...
That is...
I want someone that, like, at law school to, like, bring that in, like, at Harvard.
Kim Kardashian.
Right. Okay, that'd be a really big one. But do they use notebooks at Harvard Law? I guess Elle Woods did. She had her little heart one.
With, like, the fuzzy pen.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so maybe they do.
This is where I would put my stickers. This is where I would put all my poetry and notes and things.
Why don't you do that? Why don't you make a little book like Courtney did for Travis? Just make a little book of everything and piece it all together.
I'll make you a scrapbook.
We should have had our Polaroid today because they took a Polaroid, Barry and Sabrina, on the set, and we should have had our Polaroid. I meant to do that yesterday, and I didn't.
We'll print it as a Polaroid.
But we have a Polaroid. Dang, I'm so mad.
We did so much. I mean, we actually had the car from...
The video. Mm-hmm. Yes. We
actual car.
Because that was the only thing that made it a cosplay, really. Otherwise, I just look like the mob wife and... Moses with a shaved face, you know? We had to have the Dodge. It was a Dodge. I put it on my story. Shout out to the guy, one of our friends, Jesse, who he has like a whole car detailing service. He's really amazing. And he's just like, 1978 Dodge Magnum. I was like, boom. Found it from the same people who got us the car from the Idol. Shout out Paramount Picture Cars, I think, is who they are. Shout out to them. They're on it. If you need a car, they're going to find it for you. And they made it work. They bought a flatbed, and everything was very complicated this morning. I made it way too complicated than it had to be, but the wig is secure days. Anyways, okay.
It's a lot of dedication. I pull up to the driveway. The car is like blocking the whole thing. It's like Moses was like, "Sorry, I almost got run over by the car." I was like, "It's okay." I'm like,
Did you?
Yeah.
You almost got run over?
No, poor Moses.
Oh, because it was rolling back.
Yes.
Well, that's a whole other thing. It was. Is that what it is? Yeah.
But yeah, no. Before you came down, we were positioning the car, and it's up on the driveway, and these cars are heavy. And he puts the brake on and lets go. And I'm at the door. The door is open. I'm by the door. And the car just starts rolling back.
What?
So I quickly jumped and moved the door. But then the door, I saw it was about to swing. His leg was out and just crushed his leg. So I caught the door.
Oh, my God.
So and Isaiah was like, I would have just run away. I was like,
oh
so I like jumped to the side and then
God.
held the door so it won't crush his leg. And then I brought all kind of blocks and stuff.
Is this
to
on our
hold it
security
back.
camera, you think? I wonder if you caught it.
Oh, the gate camera, yeah.
There's a couple, because there's one facing there, and then we should look. Oh my God. This is why I want more cameras. I want to see all angles of everything happening. Because
That's why we need to show. They'll film everything.
that's true. Babe, you need to be careful. If something happens to you, what are we going to do? Like,
that should be a reality
the
show.
The family, what? You just
Ring.
jumping.
It's all Ring cameras.
Okay, not sponsored by Ring.
No, but they should.
Okay. Ring and Mrs. Vicks. I'm impressed, but don't do that. I hate when you put yourself in danger because we need you.
I didn't. That was the situation, and
But then you jumped in to save a leg.
You gotta save a leg.
Babe, I mean, wow,
Dedication.
impressive.
Save
but-
one leg, it's like you saved the whole world.
Okay. There it
Sabrina,
is.
you see the dedication going on over here.
It was
like, come on.
dedication,
Let's
yeah.
get a comment on this one, Sabrina. For
I
the
know.
love of God.
I feel like, but Sabrina and Ariana probably, and I get it. They probably don't want to. I've been a little like side eye, but I also think they know because I did see an analysis of Please 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 where they're like, I feel like this is Sabrina like telling us like, I know guys, like I know what everyone's saying, and then that's why she wrote the song because like if something ends badly and he's like a screw up with her, she'll be like, I wrote the song because of this, and then but if it doesn't, it's like a warning. It's like. Watch it, because if you embarrass me, like everyone's gonna know. Like I knew it before he knew. Anyways, I get it. I love it. Shout out Isaiah too, our photographer. Very biblical today. Isaiah and Moses. Is Oscar in the Bible?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. It sounds kind of like it could
It
be.
sounds like it could be, right?
Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Isaiah too for helping because Moses was getting. It was chaos this morning. I said everything was crazy, and then Isaiah went and helped, and this is when I just love guys because I'm like guys just know how to handle things because I definitely can't. There was another crisis happening and Isaiah was here, and then Isaiah was able to handle the car, and I was like, oh, thank you. Like I can't handle situations that go awry. Are you good at it?
I think it depends. Usually, yeah. I feel like I'm usually like calm under like pressure like that. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever like had a freak out kind of moment,
Yeah.
like where I didn't know what to do.
Oh,
There's stuff where it's
wow.
like maybe I don't want to deal with this, and then I'm like I ask like taxes. I'm like I don't want to deal with taxes.
Oh,
like
well,
that's
yeah,
like
no.
that's too smart for me. So in that
Also,
case,
yeah, you could like go to jail if you don't do them right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what always scared me. I'm like, I don't want TurboTax. Like, I'll end up in prison like who are the Chrisleys? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I always wonder that, not to whatever, but I'm always like, what happened? Like, why didn't you have an accountant? Or did they?
I don't know. Usually with like tax stuff, I feel like it's purposeful to avoid certain charges. Like oh my God, I'm scared of stuff. I feel like Abby Lee when she went to jail, wasn't it for something with tax? Like
And Mike,
an
the
offshore
situation.
account or something. I don't know. Something like that. I think.
Wait,
I don't
what?
know.
Oh.
Maybe.
So they're actually like, that's what I'm saying. Are they actively trying to evade taxes? Or are they like, I just didn't, like, because it is complicated, but I'm like, well, I mean, I try to look at them the best I can. I have an accountant full time, like business, everything. But it's like, what if you miss something? What if you
I know.
Or what if you can't write off? What if I write off this jacket and they're like, well, actually, I saw you wear it. Not just look. I only wear it for the podcast and then I'm done. So that's why I was like, I can write it off. But what if they're like, no, I actually saw you wear that to dinner, which I don't. And you know this. Anyone can attest to this. As soon as I wear it, I'm like, Poshmark. You know what I mean? Can you write it off if you sell it on Poshmark? I don't know. I pay taxes on Poshmark, so it's freaking confusing. So when the situation goes to prison, I'm just like, well, what the hell happened? And that
Usually
is scary.
there was intent. There was like they basically it's like
Really?
stealing. Yeah, there was.
You think they knew, but what if it's a Schitt's Creek situation where they're like, I didn't know I wasn't paying
No,
taxes?
but people go further. They'll make fake companies, fake invoices. Like there was intent because I mean it's fine if you you make a mistake, IRS come, they tell you, oh, you owe us more, and then you pay them more, and it's fine. You don't go to jail.
Oh, they're like,
But
no,
if
I don't.
they find out that you've been scamming them, that's a different story altogether.
I overpaid last year randomly. I got a check
Okay,
back.
flex.
I know. Well, my dad does has someone do it together. I don't even go in. My dad just does it with a guy, and then I sign it. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So you don't know.
No, I really don't know.
Yeah.
But so far so good. I mean, if I overpaid, I think they're like they sent the money back.
Right. Oh, they sent it back?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I always feel like we overpaid one time, but then they're probably just like, just keep it. I don't know. Because sometimes I think we do. I don't know. It feels like we do. I be paying taxes every month.
They roll it for the next year. They just...
Oh.
Because let's say you file an extension, then they just kind of roll it.
We're
in.
on that
It's like, it's already here. We're gonna take it.
Yeah, literally, I never heard of someone giving it back once it's out of my account. I'm like, well, I guess, but that's everything.
It, yeah.
What a flex. Taxes are crazy, and on Bridgerton this week they had an IRS man. Did you watch it to that point?
I'm only on episode 3. I did not get that far.
Spoiler. Well, it's not even a spoiler. An IRS man comes for
people.
the mom. Oh, okay.
No, in general, we're going to talk
Is that a
about
spoiler?
Bridgerton
Okay.
in general.
Let me finish my Patreon shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because we have a really good one too. Patreon.com/JustTrish. Not only do you have those high tiers, which are like the perks, the VIPs. That's if you're like a Trish stan. You're like, I need the stickers, I need the headshots and everything. But if you're just like, I'll give a cute $5. That's like the price of coffee or something. I mean, look, you don't have to give $5, but if you want, we do extended podcasts over there, and then we have another tier that are we call our bottoms, but the tops, I guess, are in the bottoms too. But the bottoms, they also get like a bonus one, and our bonus video goes up every set. Wait, did it go up?
Yes, yesterday.
Usually I get a little notification that's like, share this clip. Okay. I was checking. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's either Saturday or Sunday. But we did, it was a Dramageddon, or what'd you post?
Yes, Dramageddon 2,
Ooh,
part 3.
Dramageddon 2 part 3, which is
It's
wild.
good. You guys, the Dramageddon series, it's so good. It really is it's iconic content, I have to say.
Top tier. We need Tati Westbrook on this podcast.
That's our new goal. Yes. Tati's in LA. I think she might still be in LA. I don't know. So
reach out.
Tati, this is a
Oscar doesn't want to
message.
reach out to her. I was like, he's like, you reach out. I was like, no. You want to reach out. You're the journalist. You're the one with the degree. You're the one with the background. You're the
We're
producer.
on mutual. She is my oomphy.
Yeah, she follows you. She doesn't follow me. And I'm like, what? I would like. Do you think she jokes about Dramageddon? Do you think she laughs about it now, or do you think
that's a good question? I really don't know. James Charles, we always see having a laugh.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
always like, "You did it at my birthday dinner." He loves that little quote.
Oh, I wonder if she does.
That exactly.
She does the meme.
I wonder if she's on the same page. Because I feel like she was the most traumatized by it. I think
that's what we discovered. Because
yeah.
at the end of it, okay, look, like I was saying I'll give you a little snippet of what I said on our Patreon. It was like an hour and a half long video. It's a very long video, but I was just very much she's definitely having a breakdown, and it's so sad to see someone spiral and have an actual mental breakdown online, in front of you. She is just all over the place and spiraling quickly, and I was like, this is actually kind of sad to watch, but we lack the sympathy because she definitely did start it. She definitely made false accusations and really serious ones. She kind of went back and gaslit us all and was like, I didn't really say you were a predator, but I said it without saying it. It's like I kind of don't have that sympathy for her in that sense, other than the mental breakdown part is really sad. But she did start it. And not only did she start it, she kind of did the second video. And then and then James tried to reach out to her and she saying, so it's you kind of started it. But a mental breakdown is still very sad. And I would like to talk to her because, you know me, I'm not hard hitting. I'm not going to be here and be like, girl, you stupid as hell. You know what I mean? But
Tati, dumb as hell.
Dumb as hell. Dumb is a better word than stupid, I think. Yeah, you're right. That was a good video. I was very in line with my 2020 self.
Yes, that is our part 4 is reacting to Trisha's Tati dumb as hell video.
Separate video.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's coming. That's
Yes.
coming soon. So when I was watching that, I was kind of I kind of slayed. I mean, it definitely looked like I was on meth because I had scabs all over my legs and my face,
God.
and I was. That's when we knew each other, and I was like, God, I really did glow up for you because people are like, oh, you don't want to let yourself go after you get married and have a baby. I'm like, I look much better now. I'm I present myself so much better than when we met. So I actually glue up from them. But I was looking at that because it was June 2020, and I was like, I looked busted. That's when Moses fell in love with me. He's like, I love those scabs on your legs. What did you think they were? Were you just oh, she's
Maybe
just
you're very
scabby?
active, you're scraping your knee playing
And
sports
then
or
picking them
something.
all the time, playing sports.
We used to go into the pool a lot that time, and I remember that guy, your pool guy, used lots of chlorine or something. So I thought maybe because we would get itchy after the pool, if we were not.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, if we wouldn't immediately shower, we would get so itchy at night.
Gross.
So
I
it's
didn't
just
know.
chlorine, but yeah.
You think that's what my scabs were on my legs? Maybe. They were on my arms. They were everywhere. But why was no one else getting scabs?
But it's more, you just have the tendency. So you used to have those nails, and they were sharp, and
I
so
love
you would,
digging into my scabs.
Yeah, so it's not so much what caused it; it's like you're digging into them.
But why was I digging? Like I was like scratching myself, like digging like nonstop.
I don't know, maybe.
Anyways,
What a whirlwind that
it was a whirlwind. It's crazy. Very anticlimactic because she's very in the video. She's very what's the word? Like legal. I legally can't say this yet.
It sounds like something is coming.
Yeah,
but nothing ever came.
All the lawyers, right? Spoiler alert, nothing came. She's like, all the lawyers have this. You know, when I can speak on it, I will. And then literally nothing happened. I asked her, I was like, so what happened? Nothing. I was like, so is it the end? He's like, that's the end. Like,
That's
it just,
the end. Yeah.
No one ever talked about it again.
We thought there was going to be like a big lawsuit or something because that was like kind of what was implied, that like the next time you would hear about it would be through like legal counsel or something, but nothing ever.
Like the Jeff and David, it's you see the paperwork.
It's like on the court like schedule.
Yeah.
But nothing was ever on the court schedule for like a Tati, Shane,
there was
Jeffrey
nothing
situation. No. Like maybe they mediated or something outside of court, but we never like got any of that information, so I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like mediation usually comes like after someone files a lawsuit, right? And then they try
and
to
I don't
work
think
it out.
I never saw paperwork that like anything was actually like filed per se, so maybe that was just like her way of like scaring them. I don't know.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, no one does anything anyways.
Yeah.
I think everyone just retreated. I think they all scared.
That's
They all
true.
were scared themselves from
Well, Shane
themselves.
kind of left. He said he kind of took a
Shane
break.
was already like done at that. Like he was pretty much like he posted his apology from like all the like baby jokes and like racist stuff. Like he had already posted his apology like I think 5 days before Tati's video.
Oh.
So he was already kind of like going through it and like bowing out.
Yeah.
Because it was like the summer of cancellations. It was like Jenna Marbles canceled herself. Like Shane was getting canceled. Jeffrey was going through it too, and then Tati swept in and was like,
this is the time.
Yeah.
They're weak.
and I wrote like a beautiful like historical summary on the Patreon too.
Did you?
Which,
I didn't
again,
see it.
It's like
I love your
I
summaries.
get so swept up into it. Like I wrote like it was like it's like a true crime like article.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got Mrs. Whistlebound here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Lady
Writer.
Whistledown tease, 100%. It's like 6 paragraphs long. It's like MLA format. It's really giving like collegiate. Yeah, and it's like, and in one paragraph I was like, Tati, it was a kamikaze act. Tati loaded her gun with 2 bullets in the chamber, one for Shane, one for Jeffrey. I was like really going through it.
Jesus.
Metaphorically,
Wow,
metaphorically,
that's kind of everything.
yeah.
Do you write?
I was gonna minor in English, but then I only majored in journalism. But I had to do a lot of writing for journalism.
But you don't have like aspirations to do like a book or movie or screenplays?
No,
or...
I don't think so. Like I used to write a lot of articles like
Okay.
before I switched like only video. Like I would write like reviews
Wow.
and stuff. So
That's why you're so good at your notes too. Like they're so detailed and so. I had no idea. I love writers. I consider myself somewhat of a writer. I feel like that's one thing I always excelled in school too. Like my teacher from like an early age, from like 10, was like they literally thought I like plagiarized when I was like 9 and 10 because they're just like, how do you know these words? Like I would like I don't know, and I don't even know. I guess I like watch TV or something. But I never plagiarized.
maybe because you're a fast reader, maybe like you just pick up so many words.
That's true, because when I do read fast, I do like know what I'm reading. People
Yeah.
always say that, so maybe that's it. I don't know. I've always been a very good writer. I mean, my books are grammatically sometimes not the greatest, but it's also because like I'm not great at grammar. But I feel like I'm a pretty good writer. But you're a very good writer because that was beautiful, and I love it. I just love writers. I think writers are so talented.
Yeah, it's fun too. Like I really get into it. Like I really do channel. It's like Murder She Wrote. It's like Lady Whistledown. That's kind of the vibe I'm kind of giving over there. It's
You are
fun.
so smart. You actually are. You really are. I was gonna tell you that you're actually very smart. Like the way you come up with titles and like I do feel like that's why our podcast is like very successful and like different from other people. I'm like sometimes I look at other people's titles and thumbnails. I'm like, oh, really? Don't look at my channel. Don't go look at Blonde Sundell Forum J because those titles and thumbnails have 0 attraction. They get 10,000 views. But you are very good at it. You're very smart. You know what's up. Our pre-briefing is not pre-briefing. Is it pre-briefing or just briefing?
I think just briefing.
Just a brief.
Yeah.
Our brief before the show is just like, okay, this is what I'm thinking for titles, like Oscars, and I'm like, oh, that's good. Yeah. So we got to have the things to hit. And speaking of, Shane Dawson. Boom, title next.
There we go.
No, Shane is a big part in this drama, which is like so crazy because I talk a lot about it in there too. Is because like I guess we weren't like super close at this point, but like I just didn't know that side about him at all. Like, and I do believe Tati in a lot of it, where it's just like he talks about James Charles, but like I never once heard him talk about James Charles. Again, granted, we weren't like super close during that time, so maybe it was like a new enemy he had. But in general, when we would like gossip about people, it wasn't like hatred, like it wasn't like jealousy, hate. It was just like a key, like Strawberry 17. It's just like fun. It wasn't like, oh my god, this annoying. You know, it was just like, oh, it's Key. We're not gonna like try to take her down or anything.
Yeah.
You know?
The only thing I can think of is like maybe because like if Shane and Jeffrey had like really like they went into that friendship with like the intentions of like using her as like
That's so weird though.
the bullet James Charles. Like maybe that's why with her, maybe it was more like this information they gave her was like very intentional. That's the only thing I can really think of.
But was she that close with James? Like I guess I don't know.
She was like really close with James. I mean, he did her makeup at her freaking wedding,
which
and
is
he was
crazy.
Like,
17,
yeah,
or 18. I don't know.
One of those. He was a teenager, but.
Still, again, weird. Like, I don't know. Even having a teenager that you're not like. There was a teenager that did my makeup one time. His name was Sam Visser. I think he's a really big makeup artist now. He did Kris Jenner when he was 16. That's like his notorious thing, and he did her frequently. He was really good. And I think I met him maybe when he was like 17. But I thought it was like I always just felt weird like employing a minor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sure. I don't know how it works with freelance, but I only used him a few times. I was like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I was only like 24, but it's still kind of like weird because I'm like, oh, it's like a minor.
Yeah, I don't know how that works with like labor laws. I guess in California you can work at 16, right?
Oh, you can? I have no idea.
I believe because like in high school, I remember like some people had jobs and stuff already at like the grocery store or something.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, so I think you can start working at like 16.
I think Illinois it's like 12. You
Really?
can like shuck corn at 12, maybe like 10. I remember people would go like shuck corn for real, like at 10, like with the farms, and they'd pay them like $50 for the day or something, which is kind of a lot. And it was their summer job, and they would just go shuck some corn.
Well, was it like an official job? Or was it like under the table?
No, it was like advertised
official?
in the newspaper.
Really?
Let me know,
Some
Illinois.
states, because of the farming, they have different laws.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know.
Have to.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like where I grew up, there was like no laws. I feel like people were just, you know what I mean? Like cousins would date each other. And not like in a weird, I'm not being shady. That's just like what it was. And I was just like, maybe the laws, is there a law you can't date your cousin?
I think there's incest
It's a law
laws.
of nature.
But can you go to jail if...
I think so. I think there's incest laws. I think.
Yeah, because
Well, I guess it depends state to state, but
that's what I'm saying. I
yeah,
wonder.
I don't know about over there.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble, but not me. I didn't do anything. I'm just saying I don't want to get in trouble with any of the states. I was going to say Georgia or something, and I was like, I don't know, like, maybe at one point Georgia said it was, actually, I know it was okay to get married to your cousin because Jerry Lee Lewis married his cousin in the state of Tennessee when he was 21 and she was 13.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it was his cousin. It's actually his cousin's daughter, so.
Still,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like second cousin.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense because even like, the law, the age of consent is different from state to state too. Like,
yeah.
I think Pennsylvania is 16. I remember because this is so specific and like random. But if you were like a Pretty Little Liars girl, like like the girl was 16 and the teacher was obviously like an adult, but it was set in Pennsylvania, so it was legal, and that was like that was how they justified it. Because if it was like in California, it would be like illegal. But, yeah.
There was allegedly a certain YouTuber that would go up to like Washington to see girls because it was 17 there or something, and I think he ended up moving there. But that's all alleged. It was on a documentary I watched. There was like a 3-part docu-series on him. And I was like, that's crazy. So.
There are a lot of documentaries lately. I think we talked about this last week on the extended.
Yeah.
But there's like so many, and I want to like. I have to.
Did you watch? I watched Ashley Madison.
Did
you watch it?
Yeah. No, I'm like so behind on. It's all because of Young Sheldon. I'm behind on everything.
Okay.
By the way.
Stop Young Sheldon.
My favorite show, Young Sheldon.
There's no way that show's good. There's no way. I think you're getting paid. I think Oscar's getting under the table sponsorship for Young Sheldon because there's no way. I've never heard anyone say they like that show.
It's like my favorite show.
It's fine. Get your bag, but.
Oh my god, I wish. I really do wish. And I guess in transparency, it is. I do work for the same corporation, I guess, but there's no like obligation.
ET's like, make sure you mention it in the show.
CBS.
It's like a wink, yeah.
Viacom, whatever.
Wow, okay, flex. So much flex today. You work at CBS. You overpay your taxes. I was like, damn, you really got it together, Oscar. Good job.
Just chronically employed, I guess. But
I mean, that's great because I think most people are chronically unemployed.
True. Or have like the chronically unemployed attitude, you know what I mean? Like, or jobless, like, attitude.
The influencers.
Yeah.
I feel like they, like, not to be shady, but the young influencers definitely never had to work, like, I kept saying that mine, too. I was just like, I was giving $5 whatever. I kept saying that in the video, and I was like, just to prove that I was, like, a hard worker, whereas opposed to, like, I feel like, not that young influencers aren't hard workers. They just don't know the equivalent of like making $68 a day versus making $4,000 in 1 hour.
Yeah, like that one. I forget who it was. It was like that one TikToker. It was like someone's boyfriend that complained about like making $4,000.
That's exactly
it's like that kind of mentality.
I'm just like, I get it, but at the same time, like you don't get it, like you know, because it's awful. And luckily, minimum wage is raised now, but like it's still hard out there.
Yeah,
you know, being on your feet and all this. It's whatever. But Shout out to the chronically employed and unemployed. Honestly, whatever. I don't care. Would teach their own.
Shout out young Sheldon.
Not young Sheldon. No young Sheldon. Shout out.
It really has set me behind, like, on everything. Like, I'm behind on all the shows, on all the documentaries, because I want to watch that the TikTok one on Netflix, the Ashley Madison one.
Yeah, we didn't watch it.
There's another one on like Max. I think it's like it's about the Mean Girl murders. I don't even know what it's about, but
okay.
It was like true crime in pink. I was like, that looks interesting.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be like the summer of documentaries, maybe.
I like them. I watch them like because Moses does not like documentaries, and so I watch
do you
like the
mean?
Ashley. Do you like them?
Yeah.
No, we never watch them together. I feel like,
Wait.
I want to watch this or something, and you're like, no. I feel like
Well,
there's
maybe
so
it depends
many.
on the subject.
He'll come down like
documentaries.
because he'll like put Malibu to bed. So like I'm with Elvis or whatever, and he'll come down. It's like Ashley. It's like so then I wanted to cheat on my wife, and this is how I did it, and all that stuff like that. So Ashley Madison one's wild because it also involves YouTubers. Do you remember Sam and Nia?
Yeah.
They're on there.
Really?
So I guess I kind of remember it happening. He got exposed. So like when they all got exposed, not to whatever spoil it, but that was a wild one because he was on Ashley Madison before their YouTube fame, and then once they got popular on YouTube with that Frozen, they were doing like Frozen lip sync or something. He was like that started to be his excitement because he was going on the Ashley Madison to cheat and talk to girls because he wanted excitement in his life. And then once that happened, he's like, oh, I don't need Ashley Madison anymore. But he was already on there, and he used his real name, his picture. I was like, you dumbass.
Oh no!
Like, why did he do that? And he had kids at the time. I was like, why would you use your real name and picture on there? That's crazy.
Are they like in the documentary too?
Yeah,
Like, oh, they're actually speaking.
Yeah,
on it?
they're
Wow.
separate though. They're like separate
Oh.
giving. Yeah, it's so interesting. They look the same. They both look good. They got married like at 20. I don't know something, but it's yeah. That's a good one. And even like they have like the CEOs of Ashley because I don't really like documentaries. Maybe I was projecting. I don't really like documentaries that much. But this is good. I don't know. This one's good. I like them. I watched a couple of them. But yeah, it had like the people, the marketing behind it and how they marketed it.
I want to see the Brandy Melville one too. That was another one that was supposed to be like really popular.
That
but
kind of seemed to die down quickly
I think
though.
so too. But I'm just
Yeah.
intrigued. Anything about like skinny culture, I guess I'm just intrigued
Oh yeah,
by.
skinny everything.
Yeah.
You said I look skinny today, and now I feel so skinny.
Yeah, I saw you walking up the driveway from the car, and I was like, "Wait, who is that?"
Wow.
Because yeah, you look so teeny. Like your waist was like so like small.
Wow, I don't even have a corset on today. I don't even know.
No, me
Well,
too.
Yeah.
You came out, we were
Probably
all
has to be.
down, and we're looking up, and I see somebody in like shorts, and I was like, "What's going on over there?"
Oh wow, do you thought I was someone else or what?
It just looks really good.
Thank you. I actually have been wearing. I don't know what they're called. My glam team calls them fajas. Do you know what a faja
No.
is? I think it's like I don't know what they're called. Like the thing when I walk. It's my little faja. It's my.
I mean, it's kind of, you'll see people that lift a lot of heavy weights at work wear them.
Oh, like
So-
the waist trainer.
Yeah,
kind?
Yeah.
okay, that's what I was thinking. Where it's like stretches.
Yeah.
I wear them on our walks because like when I was pregnant, this last time this part didn't go down, so Moses does it so tight where I was like, ugh, like it literally made a second cut into my thing because I was like, is that my C-section or is that like a scab?
my
Because the
God.
thing was so tight. Anyways, we loosened it up a little bit, but I was wearing it so tight on our walks, and I really do feel like it's cinched my waist up. I just wear it for the walks. I don't wear it every day. That seems like a lot, but
Yeah. Who was it? Oh my God, who was it? Someone you interviewed here. One of the TikTokers. Who was it?
Wear a
That was
waist
like
trainer?
when I was little, I would wear like a waist trainer all the time. I forget who it was.
oh my gosh, I don't know.
It was oh my God, why am I forgetting his name? The boy beauty
Oh,
guru.
yeah,
Dawson.
Dawson,
His
yes.
is crazy, and his waist is like woo. Like
he
his
was
is-
like growing up, I'd wear a waist trainer every day or whatever. I'm like, damn.
Interesting. Yeah, have you ever worn? Because I feel like it's a Hispanic thing too. Like my people told
My
me
mom
it's like that.
did, for sure. Yeah.
They say a lot of like women after they give birth, like a lot of Hispanic women wear, or just in general to like get that waist and stuff. And honestly, they look really good, and I love it. And I think they have great waists. So I'm like, maybe I should start
I
doing
think
that.
Kim Kardashian like infamously like
She
used
does?
one. Yeah.
They're really great. Everyone should wear them, honestly. I mean, they're like uncomfortable on the day to day. I don't want to like eat with one. Actually, I should eat with one on because then you're just like, ugh, I can't breathe.
I mean, this could be like a myth. I thought like if you wear them too much, it's bad because like they shift your organs or something.
They definitely do.
Yeah, so I guess I think you're
Right.
wearing it an appropriate amount.
I see. Yeah, because I feel like that with pregnancy, your organs go up, so I feel like they're shifting them back down.
Oh.
Is what I think because this is not as like big. So, but then you were saying that, and I was eating a bag of chips. I was like, maybe I should stop eating chips because now I'm skinny, so I need to stay skinny. But I only had a grapefruit last night. I forgot I was gonna weigh myself this morning because I only had a grapefruit last night, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be so skinny in the morning, and I forgot. It's fine, whatever. We'll have.
You're still skinny. You'll weigh
I'm
after.
still skinny. No, that's not true. If I weigh myself now after chips and like the day's gone on, it's gonna be heavier. Like it's gonna be a heavier weight.
That's like the tiniest bag of chips ever.
No, you get
It's like
bigger
a
throughout the
couple
day.
of grams.
Maybe after the big project we have, we can order a pizza. I'm trying to be skinny for a big project. I didn't even tell you. I gave you a little hint, but I didn't tell you. But I hope it's still happening. I also don't say it because I'm like, maybe it's not. But we're filming early Hot Topics because like supposed to be filming something exciting, and it's like a mainstream thing, and I'm so excited. I hope it's happening. I don't know. I think it is. We were talking before you came in, and Oscar's like they sent out the call sheets like the night before, like last minute. So I just texted again. I'm like, do you have a rough time of when I'm supposed to be there? Because I need to know. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm trying to be skinny for that, even though like it doesn't really matter. But anyways, patreon.com/justtrish.
You reminded me, since we're still talking about Patreon.
Yeah.
An hour later.
Is this your hot topic?
There's always a question that people ask. When you join, you do get access to all the videos that were posted from the beginning. So I don't know how many videos are there. Probably over 50.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely,
So you do get access to all the videos that are there.
That's actually why I quit my Patreon in the first place because this is my Patreon, the same one I had like back then, because I was posting all my videos on Vimeo. But this is back, the 18 plus, now my Patreon's all ages and we cleaned all everything up so it's not anything. But I used to have like an 18 plus one. And so I'd post on Vimeo, stuff I couldn't post on YouTube. But then Vimeo started blocking that content. So basically all my videos were just like removed anyway. So I kind of like was like, oh man, I got to start all over again because it was cool. Like I had 2 years of back catalog that if you joined Patreon, you could see all those 2 years of videos. And then when it was all done, I was like, okay, well, let's just forget about it. But yeah, you can see all the backlog. They're there. Do you upload it straight to Patreon? Is that how you upload it?
Yeah, straight to Patreon.
I feel like it's a new feature. I feel like we didn't have that 5 years ago.
New.
It is.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
within like maybe the last year or so they rolled it out. Yeah, you had to before you had to upload it somewhere else and like embed it or whatever. But it kind of makes it easier because then it's just like all in the app and you put your little thumbnail. It's really cute.
Yeah, you always used to good job. I'm like, oh yay! So it's all there. That's a good one. Was that your hot topic? But I was like, I have a hot topic. I have one card of hot topic. So if you're wondering why I'm chatting so much, it's because like I have one card and Oscar's like I have one card too.
My hot topic, it was so Harvard professors put out an article and then they quickly took it down that they think that there's definitely aliens on Earth. Oh. And they were trying to explain like what they think they are. So that they're either they think they've been here for a long time and they live in the oceans or on the ground or maybe on the moon.
Well, I think they're definitely living in the moon.
But
Isn't that the whole point of an alien?
No, but they were trying to narrow it down to what actually is happening.
Not narrowing it down to be like the ocean, the earth, or the moon. Well, yeah, probably they live somewhere.
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
They were even acknowledging the existence of like elves and fairies and things.
Yeah. Okay,
It's been really
I
interesting.
think that's probably why they took it down. Someone was definitely on drugs writing that article. That's wild. That's actually going crazy.
No, but
There's
they think that if you have really advanced technology, then to us it looks like magic, So that's the idea. It's like there are things that seems fantastical, but basically they're just very advanced technologically.
That'd be cool. I mean, if that was true, if there was fairies amongst us.
They think they walk among us, like they really.
Yeah, maybe they're too little to see.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it just like a glimmer of light? Isn't Tinkerbell like just a little like light that goes around?
Yeah, like a little firefly or something.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I personally always thought that aliens will be in a microscopical level. Like, because we're inside of us, there's like trillions of cells, and that's really the cells that are alive,
Right.
We're kind of like a bigger entity, but those are like in trees and plants and all that. So I always thought if aliens reach here, they'll be a size of a single cell, and they be inside of your body, and something much more smaller.
I think aliens are our size. I think I did see an alien. Did I talk about this? Yeah, I talked about it. I definitely saw an alien, and I think it was just like the size of a child.
Mm-hmm.
Was it like a child alien or just like an adult?
Well, that's the T. I don't know. If it was a child alien, get out of my house. Are you under 18? Should have checked the age.
Age check.
Oh my god, I had a child alien in my house. That would be wild, actually. Damn. I don't know. That's a good question to ask.
Good question. Yeah.
Probably things we need to know. Just not harboring a child
Was
in
it
my
like
house.
the grays, the ones?
Yeah, the gray one. Did I talk about this? Did I tell you this? I feel like I told you.
Kind of.
Yeah, I saw a little alien one time. I kind of don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember, and I really do think it's like the Men in Black effect, where it's like they like erase your memory. Because I like have a faint memory. That's why, again, I feel like when people are like, okay, sometimes I do lie, but sometimes I actually genuinely am like, but I feel like that happened, but I can't remember the details. Maybe disassociating, maybe Men in Black. I don't know what it is, but something where I'm just like, I feel like that definitely did happen. Because there's sometimes I have stories, like the dog story. That one I feel like definitely happened. Like I can remember it vividly. But the alien one is like a little more like washed, a little more fuzzy.
Was the vampire one, was that like a fuzzy one too?
That
or
was real.
Oh, okay.
Fuzzy. Fuzzy though. And on drugs on that one. But I do think, I tell you what, I feel like my tampons really did disappear. So this was during he always tells me to throw my tampons in the trash, and I like to flush them down for this reason. I used to throw my tampons in the trash, and the tampons would actually go missing for real.
Did you have a dog or a roommate that have a dog or something?
Babe, how long have you known me for? You think I've ever had a dog? I tell you every minute of my life. Do you think I've ever?
Well, I don't know what period of time that was.
Babe, I've never had a dog. I told you I got a dog once and I gave it to my mom the next day because I didn't know what to do with it. I always tell this
There
story.
must have been some.
No.
'Cause I remember once I lived with a roommate, and the dog would always go through the trash and like tear them apart all over the house.
No.
It was like a crime scene.
The
Horrible.
tampons? Did you live with a girl? I did not know this. You had a girl roommate?
Roommate.
Oh, okay. Wow.
When I was in college, we had a lot of
look
roommates.
at you. I see. Now I can see. Mm-hmm. This is a whole new topic, unfolding this. Because I feel like rewind our Father's Day episode. I thought you didn't live with a girl before.
In college, roommates? We had
Okay.
lots of roommates.
All right,
Yeah.
well, we'll just leave it at that. We will leave it at that.
Not like one-on-one. Like 4 or 5
You
people
lived with
living in a
okay.
row. Yeah, in college.
I think this is a whole different show. I could almost cross my legs.
So wait, they would actually disappear.
They would actually disappear.
So something took them.
This was the time that the vlog squad would just like randomly break into my house and film me. So maybe they took them.
Oh, wow.
Could you imagine they just try to make me crazy? Be like, we're going to take the
I
tampons.
could actually imagine
Yeah.
that fully.
Because I feel like there's so many times when like I would come back and like Zane would be like in my bedroom hiding or something. I'm like, how did they do that? Like,
Wait, did you have a housekeeper you didn't know that was cleaning the house?
No, I had a housekeeper that I would like just stay with because it wasn't like we have now where we have like a regular housekeeper. I had like different people always come cleaning, and I would just sit in the house, which is like super awkward to just sit in the house and watch people clean.
Yeah.
That's awkward. But like, what else are you supposed to do? I guess
I know.
leave, but then it's like you don't know. We have like someone we know now, we trust, but it's like I don't know, like.
Yeah, I usually, whenever I've had like someone clean, I would like sit in like in another room and like just like be around if they needed anything. I don't know. It is awkward.
Weird, that is weird.
Though, I think who was it? There was a streamer. I think it was like XQC or something. One of like the guy streamers like. Their like housekeeper was like cleaning like in the background or something, and like he was like making more trash like as he was like streaming
Oh
for
my
her, and then
God.
everyone's just like Jesus, like
All of it's like a little tacky. Even like streaming, tell them don't come in that room because it's like, what if they don't want to be on your
Yeah.
stream? You know what I mean? That's like, I think that's like so weird. Like, I'll cut even if it's like
Yeah.
she's in the background for a minute or something because like more for privacy. Like I don't
Yeah.
really know.
Somebody
if she,
starts vacuuming and
I mean,
pulls
that's
out the
fine.
plug for the Wi-Fi.
Okay, that I don't care about. But it was saying more like their privacy. God, Sabrina Carpenter must be so skinny that she can just cross her legs so easily. I'm trying to
she's
be
the
her.
tiniest little thing.
Really?
in the
Is
world.
she?
Yeah.
Oh, God, can we have her on the podcast?
I would live.
I'm
She's
sure,
so popular now. I can't even like fathom like how
know.
it girl she is now.
No,
It,
she's
it
the
is
it girl.
crazy.
They're the it couple.
Yeah.
I really love that. She reposts everybody on TikTok, and I was like, oh man, we don't get the repost, so I really feel there is some. I don't like her, which I get Sabrina, I get it when no one likes us. Like I get it. A lot of people do like us now, but I also get it. Like Trixie, she used to DM me, and now she doesn't. I was like, oh yikes. I try and be just cool with everyone. She liked me at one point anyway, so that's
Yeah. Maybe we'll still have to get like Gigi Gorgeous to kind of like chime in and maybe
I
like
love how Gigi's your answer to everything.
Gigi's like because she knows everyone and
Yeah.
everyone likes Gigi. Like you can't help but like love
I
her.
know.
So she's like a good like bridge to unite everyone.
Yeah, she's definitely like my verification to be like I'm a good person because Gigi's known me for a long
Yes.
time and we've been in each other's life forever. So I feel like she's my like, you know, not verification. What's that word? Like my vouch. My
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
She's like the witness.
Yeah,
for
she'll
sure.
be like, no, Trish is actually good. I know she's a little cray, but she's like a good person.
I guess that's a good bridge to a hot topic I had is that Trixie
Yeah.
is taking a sabbatical from drag, which is like
Ooh.
it's wild because she's been working so much nonstop since like she was on Drag Race. She was on season 7, so it's been like I guess like over 10 years I think.
What's the reason?
Like a mental health and physical health. Yeah.
Okay, good.
She's taking like a whole sabbatical. Like she's not going to be on social media at all.
What?
She's not doing any shows. She's not going to be doing any gigs. Like she's going to be like
God.
herself, like out of drag. And you're not going to be. She said you're not going to be seeing her at all until like October.
Oh, that's not that long. It's a couple months.
That's like 4 or 5 months of like.
I thought sabbatical was like the priests who like dedicate their whole lives to just being a priest.
No,
I
like
think that's sabbatical.
the sabbatical's like a few months.
Are you sure?
Yeah, like a mental health sabbatical or like a health. Like if you have a surgery, then you're like out of work for a few months. It's like a sabbatical.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I swear someone tells in the comments. I say it's a priest. As a
Maybe.
priest takes a sabbatical.
I remember it more like teachers. They would get like 1 year off every 7 years or something. Like you get a year off.
What? I literally, that's like when you dedicate your life to God in the priesthood.
A rest or break from work, an extended period of time intentionally spent on nothing that's not your routine job.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I literally thought she was joining the priesthood. I was like, damn, that's okay. So she's taking a break for. Okay, that's cute though. I like that too. Good for her. Honestly, it is good. When we took that 1 week off, I mean, first of all, I missed the social media so much, but like, it does kind of feel good. It kind of was like, I'm like, I could win the lottery right now and just take a year off. I would miss it though. Even if I won the lottery, I would miss it. I would just miss it. I don't know if I could take like a full. Even a month? I don't know.
I know. I can't imagine either because
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
I get it. I get mental health, like especially if you're like not deteriorate. I don't know. Just taking a break is
no,
good.
like I mean, she said like her body has like physically deteriorated because you think about it, like you're in drag, like her wigs are heavy, like the heels, like all the dresses that you have to wear like undergarments for, like
it's so hard.
And then she's like the DJing, like she's on her feet, or like performing. She's done a lot. I remember like. After season 7, when like her and Katya did like their YouTube show, like we interviewed her at Access, and like I think we just like DM'd her or something because she was like fresh, like she was new, and Trixie came like just herself like up to our office, like everything was through her, like we were texting her the directions and stuff.
Oh, I love that.
But like, and she would come in literally like all the time to promote anything, like anytime she had like a little tour or something, like. She would come in, like even just like performing in like WeHo, she would come.
Oh, I love that.
So she's like a hustler.
Yeah.
So like literally hustling since like you finished Drag Race, like working nonstop.
Do you know what year that was, her Drag Race?
Let me see. It was season 7.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, because we're on 15 right now.
No, I think we're 17. We're gonna be 17 next year.
It was 2015.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
that's
10
like 10 years. And like you said, just going full force and
nonstop.
Yeah, even just like glamming, which is a lot, but yeah, drag is a whole different thing. You're like transforming like into a woman. Like it's just a lot. And it's like way harder because then you're like putting breasts on and it's like way harder.
Yeah. And I have a lot of respect for Trixie just because like literally working nonstop. And because obviously she works with Katya a lot. And like Katya had to take breaks for like either like mental health or her sobriety or stuff. And like whenever that happened, Trixie would like keep going for the both of them almost. Like,
don't want to stop this.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like literally like 10 years of nonstop, and it's been like it's almost like that Lady Gaga meme, like club, bar, another club. It's like a stand-up show, comedy, YouTube, TV show, like hosting the pit stop, a book.
Motel, everything.
Motel,
crazy.
opening a bar. Like it's just cosmetic line. Like it's just nonstop.
It is crazy. And they all do so well too. And then going on everyone's podcast and having everyone wanting to come on your podcast.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of collabs that she does like with fashion and just like she's just everywhere. And I feel drag queens in general too, I always just think they have my respect because it's like getting outfits together, like I told you, like even for Lux, like just getting that full outfit together, it's like not only money but stress and the fitting. There's one that like stole my money to this day. I'm just like, hey, are you gonna I literally DM him like once a week. I'm like, can you give me my money back? He's like, it's on the way. I was like, okay. Like never happened. But like, you get your money stolen, you gotta perform, you gotta do this. And yeah, drag like queens, they like go onto all the clubs and like they're like you said, they're on their feet, they're dancing, they're performing. It's like the whole thing. So it's not only you're performing, you're doing social media, you have to go on the show, you have to go to the drag con, you have to could never. Like that would be so hard to have to go to like all those things.
And I feel like there must be like almost like a pressure to keep doing it all too, just because of like the way Drag Race works. Is like there's a new batch of like girls every year. So it's like as it goes on, I feel like, people it's always like the new ones, like people kind of forget if we're not like out there a lot. So the fact that like these queens have to deal with all that pressure, like I don't envy them at all, because it's like it's like a fight to like stay relevant almost. And
like you said, it is so popular right now, so like I feel like there's just so much, it's like almost a little oversaturated, just like influencer world too, and just trying to keep up with them. But I think Trixie is a lot like me, where we're cemented in our spots, so we don't really need to compete. Because I always think that too. I was like, oh my god, all these influencers like Alex or all these people come up and you're just like, I can't compete with the Tara Yummies. But then I was just like, but I mean, I'm me, so it's I think Trixie's in there too. Only because we're like older, and like when you're around for so long, you're just cemented.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And like, there's a whole brand. I think like people just like know the identities of like you or like a Trixie. Like I don't know. There's
I loved myself in with Trixie. It's like me and Trixie. Yeah, no, Trixie's brand is strong. I mean, hers is, but I think it might have something to do with the pink. I feel like when you have such a strong branding in general, it like works. Otherwise, like unless you're literally the canceled girls who can sit on a black leather couch and people love you and get like a 1.5 million views, which is like it's amazing. I mean, that's a really true talent, is like when you can just like literally just sit and just be yourself. Me, I had to like costume cosplay. Okay, Sabrina Carpenter's it. Let's go. Like, it's just like it is a hustle, but but still cemented. Anyways, Tana's coming up on the podcast this week, so shout out to the canceled girls. But yeah, I think Trixie is fine. I think she could leave for like a year and people would still love her. I think she could leave forever and people would still love her.
Yeah, she's worked so much and like is so iconic that like she can easily like take the break. It obviously has so many like companies outside of just like content, like she has a bar, the motel, Trixie Cosmetics, and like I'm sure hella investments everywhere else that we don't know about. So like,
yeah. Or not, like me, I never had investments. And I was like, I think I'm rich. And I'm like...
your own content was your investment, so...
I don't think so. I had to keep working. I feel like an investment is like, you don't have to work anymore.
But it did, the content cemented your place at least.
That's true.
So.
I may not have the money in the bank account, but I have the notoriety.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I've always wanted to be more famous than rich. Like if someone were to say like you famous the rest of your life or you're financially set for life, I would always pick famous. Before. Now that I have a kid, I'd be like, okay, give me the money. You know what I mean? Like lottery. But I feel like I always would have picked fame over money for sure. And that's why I invested in myself, because I think it's more important to be iconic than... What's like a wealthy term? What's the name for wealthy? Wealthy? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out if I look skinny or not with my legs crossed, or does it look like I'm struggling?
It doesn't look like you're struggling. You did it with ease.
I don't know. It feels like it's like this part's a little like lifted. It's a little elevated.
It's fine. It's fine, the image, because they're like black stockings.
We didn't even talk about that because my stocking, she wears, I had thigh high, plus size thigh highs, but they kept rolling down. And I don't know why. And I even had like double tape. So I couldn't find anything. So we had to go with the black tights. So I know it's not a perfect cosplay. I was very annoyed by it too, but it is what it is. If anyone cares. Anyways, Trixie, we love you. Have a good sabbatical.
I know. Get your rest, girl.
Get your rest, girl. I'll stop DMing you. Damn. She probably is overworked. Like, I don't see your DMs anymore. I DM'd you in 2019. Stop it.
Someone who is struggling with fame, however, is Chappell Roan. Did you see her breakdown when she was performing? Oh yeah,
she had a breakdown. No,
I mean, breakdown's a dramatic word. She did have a moment where she was like crying and like vulnerable when she was performing in North Carolina. She was introducing her new song called "The Subway," and then she began to cry, saying that. I just want to be honest with the crowd. I just feel a little off today because I think that my career is going really fast and it's hard to keep up. So I'm just being honest that I'm having a hard time today. So sorry that I'm not trying to give you a lesser show. It's just there's a lot. Thank you for understanding. This is all I ever wanted. It's just heavy sometimes, I think. Which makes me feel for her a lot.
Yeah, I feel like when you're on such a fast track with your career, it must be scary to go up so quickly.
Yeah, because like last summer she was working, I think as a camp counselor. Like she was just like very normal. I mean, she's been like working in the music industry for a really long time, but to like take off and be like a headliner at festivals literally within the past like 4 months, I feel like it all
like I feel like 2 months, because I feel like I saw that little nylon thing where she talked about me and I was like, oh my god, who's Chappell Roan? And then she's really cool, whatever. And then we talked to her people like, yeah, she'd love to come on, to like now it's just like Rolling Stone festivals, like just like headlining, like you said, like you told me on Friday, like she wasn't even on the list for festivals and now she's like on their posters.
Yeah, like she was always a part of the lineup, but she wasn't like featured in the advertising. But now they had I think which one is coming up? There's one that's coming up where they had to bump her. Oh, Bonnaroo. They bumped her up to like the main stage of Bonnaroo just because the crowd that's coming out is like so big that now they put her at like the top of the posters, the biggest stage. It's crazy. I think her album came out like last year, I think maybe over a year ago, and it just hit like #1 on iTunes a couple days ago. Wow. It's like actually insane. Like,
was it the governor's ball where she had that big crowd?
Yeah, the governor's
that
ball.
was. I love that. I wanted to cosplay that, but I would have done a pink version of the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is not pink, so it would have been hard to do. But she looked fierce. She looked so pretty. Because I feel like, I think she always looks good. I think she has her own, like, obviously her aesthetic is like different, obviously, than mine. But then I saw that, I was just like, damn, she looked like a bombshell Statue of Liberty. She had like the hair and the eyeliner and stuff.
She's very like drag inspired. Like she performs like with drag queens a lot. And that's like kind of her like aesthetic. And it's so like camp and like cool. She's just like really cool.
No, she is cool. Like I always look at someone like that can pull off those looks. I'm just like, that's cool. And it looks effortless. Like I never was like a huge Little Monsters don't come from me. I never was like a huge Gaga fan, because not to say it's not effortless, but it just looked like a lot. Like it almost looked like, I'm trying really hard like with this meat dress to be different and to stand out and get talked about, as opposed to Chappell seems very just like, this is just what I'm into right now.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. But, I mean, I know Gaga's, she's fierce. We love her, but
and then last year as well, like Chappell's talked about, she posted a TikTok where and this was like before obviously she blew up or whatever, but she was still like working with like Olivia Rodrigo and like opening for her. But she talked about how she's actually like bipolar, so like dealing with all the fame and like people coming up to her like takes a lot out of her, like just being perceived, like she struggles with. So like I can't imagine how much like it's amplified like the past couple months.
I can't imagine either, because I feel like also too, no matter what, you're like can't be prepared for something like that, because like that's like again another level of fame I can't even imagine, where it's just like like everyone knows who you are. I don't know what could prepare you for. I don't think anything can.
No.
You know, I think that's why you see a lot of people like spiral or like don't know how to act, because it's like Justin Bieber, like Britney Spears, the ones that are so huge. It's just like, yeah, I couldn't even imagine that level of fame where it's like you couldn't leave your house. Like you never see Brad Pitt like out at like, you know, Chili's or something, because it's like, how are you going to leave your house, you know? Like,
yeah. And it's like, it makes sense too, because remember that video we saw a couple months ago? It was like the one where it was like, or it was the Twitter thread that was like, you know, rules, like if you are a new Chappell fan, it's like how to interact with her or whatever. Yeah, like don't call her by like her government name, like just call her by like Chappell. Like,
kind of weird anyways. Why would they? Because she's not known as anything but Chappell Roan publicly, so why would you?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like if you went up to Katy Perry, called her like Catherine Hudson or something. Like, why would you do that? Yeah.
How do you know that? Wow. How do you know everything? Do you know everyone's legal name? What's Lady Gaga's?
God, I forgot her name. She has a restaurant named after her
Stephanie
real name. Stephanie Germanotta. Yeah, you're right.
Is that a not Lady Gaga fan new?
Emma Stone's real name is, I think, Emily?
Oh, yeah, because someone's like, I call her Emily because that's her name. Yeah. Who was that? A reporter, I think.
Yeah, because she's
like, that's my name.
Emma Stone said in an interview how she wants to be called by her real name again.
Yeah, so that makes sense that people would call her Emily if she's like, I want to be called Emily.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, if you knew my legal name, I'd be weird if someone came up to me and was like, oh, hey, so-and-so. You know what I mean? I'm like, I keep it under wraps, though. No one knows my legal name. Except Moses. Do you know it?
No.
Oh, okay. Then we'll keep it
really
that
under
way.
wraps. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I love her. I wish she'd come on.
I know, me too. We'll follow up at some point. I saw that and I was like, I'm going to leave them alone for a little bit.
Yeah. Same with me and Trixie. I was like, damn, okay, I'm like adding to all those stress of like, come on my podcast. And it is the most annoying thing, actually, like when people want me to come on theirs and I ignore them, because it's like politely, I think ghosting is so polite. Like, I love that Trixie doesn't respond, because it would be awful if she gave me a response, kind of like the Britney Broski, just whatever, not to bring it up again, but if she was just like, no, you're not my brand. You know, like, honest, and like a lot of people prefer honesty. I prefer ghosting. I was like, and Trixie has done that very politely, because that's what I do. If I don't want to go on someone's podcast, I just ghost them. You know, I just don't respond. I don't know if that's ghosting. I just don't respond. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's nicer than to be like, I don't like you.
Yeah, I think I would definitely rather be ghosted than be told like, I don't want to be associated.
Yeah. Which it's kind of the implication, right? Which is fine. I mean, I get it, because she's so mainstream. I totally get it. But yeah, I like the ghosting of it all. But
well, someone who does want to be associated with
You're
you.
so good at the transition today.
I noticed that too.
Oh
I was like, wow.
I feel like we're on it.
Slaying
okay.
the transitions.
Yes.
Gypsy Rose does want to be associated with you, which is
go on the Just Trish podcast.
I've heard that so much. And
you should. Trisha Paytas is great.
I'd probably have to get in contact with her. Like, she hasn't reached out to me, I don't think. So
wild.
Yes, Gypsy Rose and I have DM'd.
We can confirm.
We can confirm. She DM'd so quickly, actually. So maybe I did it. I don't know why. Unless it must have been a different Instagram. So I went to the ones you told me, the TikToks and Instagram. And I was just like, I'm just going to DM her everywhere. I DM'd her on Instagram. And then TikTok, I think you sent me her. Yeah. So then I went to her boyfriend's, Ken.
Yeah, Ken Urker, I think.
Yeah, because there was a clip. Someone saw did you see the live clip? I did see the clip. Shout out to someone on X that sent it to us that said, she's like, Trisha Paytas, she doesn't ask me. And then Ken said something like, I like her or something like that. So then I just DM'd him. But I just made sure. I was just like, I'm using you to get through Gypsy. Like, I just want you to know. Because I don't want her to think like I'm trying to take her man, which... Iconic. Her monologue is so iconic. She's like, you're just mad because I have a Chad. And last time I checked, you don't even have a man. And like, so stay panini pressed. So good. So good. Everyone doing those. I forgot to do that lip sync. I need to do it.
Keep making content.
Oh, yeah. So good. It's so good.
Yeah, you wanted to make sure you weren't the one. You weren't the next.
Yeah. Because she said, and then before all that, she's like, my man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. I was like, period. And so I was like, okay, like, and trust me, I get it too. I would be like, especially when you're freshly dating again, like I was definitely always checking his DMs. I was like, who the hell is DMing? Even if it was to get to Trish, and I'm just like, sus. So anyways, I was like, I want Gypsy on the podcast, whatever. And I showed you the timestamp. So what was it, like 3:54? I DM'd Ken, and then I was about to go DM her, and she had sent me a DM at 3:55 from her account. I was like, oh my god, that was crazy. So I was like, I wonder if she had his like notifications on, or they're like laying in bed, and he's like, oh, Trish DM me or something. I don't know.
I feel like it's probably that. I feel like they're very you and Moses coded, where they're just together all the time.
But that's instant. Usually I'm very someone that's like, okay, give it like 30 minutes before I respond. It was a minute later, and I was like, and timestamped it all. And I was like, wow, that's crazy, because I was about to type to her, and I see hi Trisha, and I was like, oh, and I was already typing my paragraph out, so I just sent it, so she knew. Like I was like, oh, if you want to be on my podcast or something, if you're online, and I said, we share a mutual, Alexis Oakley, who did your glam, like that. She also does my glam, and then she's like, I'll let you know. I don't know when I'm coming out to LA next, but I'll let you know. So I'm like, do we fly her out? I don't know. It sounds complicated to fly. I would. Gypsy, I guess, if you want to come out.
Maybe like we'll do like because she also wants to go on Canceled. So like it'll be the.
Okay, maybe we go 50-50.
Yeah.
Canceled girls.
You have to pitch it to Tana, who I'm sure Tana
would give her a private jet. She's like, I'll get that for you. Don't worry. I'll do Southwest, I think. I think that's our budget here.
Spirit.
Spirit, but you get a Four Seasons Westlake. Because I think that's ours Four Seasons is very cute out here. So I'll give you a Four Seasons and a Spirit. No, I think Southwest is better than Spirit, right?
Yes, yeah.
You can upgrade a little.
Yeah.
I don't mind Southwest. I'm not a hater. My family flies Southwest all day. And my family, not me. I never fly Southwest. Even when I had no money, I couldn't do Southwest. Those seats, like, they're not, you don't get to pick them ahead of time. And
it is
I'm
stressful,
big,
yeah.
like I can't be in a middle seat. And Southwest, they wear shorts as flight attendants, which
do they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to wear a little short out of the
You're not wearing
flight
shorts today.
attendant.
You look great in shorts. You always do.
I know. I usually do wear shorts because like no one sees the bottom half anyway. So like,
but you're going out after this.
Yeah,
so you're like, I got it. Yeah,
I'm committed to
I like it, and the vest too. You look like either a Bob Ross painting or like Brokeback Mountain or something like that.
Oh my god, I did see your Instagram. It's an old Instagram of you and Moses. It was like, who wants a hot girl summer? I want a Brokeback summer.
Yeah,
that went viral again.
Yeah, I saw that on X. I was like, okay, yeah, that was a good. God, we watched Brokeback Mountain together for the first time. I never had seen the movie. It didn't really like appeal to me. Just more of the cowboy sense, not even like the gay storyline. It just like didn't appeal to me. I was just like, I don't know about this. Such a good movie. You never saw it, right?
I've never seen it.
It's so good. Like I feel like it's good. I know you don't like dramas and stuff, and it is kind of sad. But I feel like it's just a good story. I don't know. I feel like it's just good. I don't know. I really wasn't like about it, but I was when we watched it, I was like, I get it. They're both hot guys too. I love what. Oh, that's the breaking news. My Netflix. Okay, so I did a little rewrite on my Netflix show. My Tavern made one. I really know the key. Did you get to Bridgerton where they had the three-way?
I don't think
Benedict's
so.
three-way?
No, I don't think
well, they kept cutting it like every single scene, and that was like the complaint on Twitter. Is like they basically like cut it throughout like this. Like everyone else's story is progressing, and then it just keeps cutting to the threesome with Benedict, which is like great. But it's very challengers. It's very like, oh, this guy's attracted to you. Are you attracted to him? And he's like, I don't know, maybe. And then they try, and then they start with like the girl, and then the guys just start like making out. So I'm like, this is the formula that I like because I love challengers. I love Bridgerton. So I think my Tavern one is gonna have a little scene like that. Moses was actually very supportive of it. He was trying to have it figure out what makes sense to the plot. And what did you say? You were like, oh. They like each other, that's why I can't have them or something.
No, I said that basically because you're obsessed with two separate men, the only way to fulfill yourself, you have to get them together so you can have the two men that you're
okay, I like that. Yeah, I was aching. I was like laughing because I was like, oh my God, this is uncomfortable to talk about. I think it could be a Tavern Made series, and I think the people who could play it, because you were talking about how much like it should be like authentic to Britain or Europe or whatever location those people live in. I think it should be Harry and Niall.
Okay.
Because don't you say like they already kind of shipped them together?
That was Harry and Louis.
Oh, no. Sorry, that's out. It's Harry and Niall. Because where's Louis? Louis doing nothing now, I guarantee. Niall's on tour. He was on 2 seasons of The Voice. He won. And Harry definitely is an actor. So I think it's Harry and Niall. Oh, really? Because I ordered a Harry and Niall t-shirt.
Maybe just
someone made one Harry and Niall one. It's upstairs because I was like, oh, this is cool. I thought that was the one they shipped.
No, Harry and Louis were like the infamous ones that the fans shipped together.
I'll ask Niall first if he says no. But wouldn't that be good if Harry and Niall were?
Yeah, it would be good.
It probably would get sold if they were attached. Huh?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
How do we get to them?
Well, Niall just gave that one fan tickets to his concert, like the front row tickets. So maybe I think if you just keep tweeting him, it'll happen.
She tweeted it?
Yeah. Compete on The Voice. You should register to compete on The Voice.
On the next season. I was going to thought about that.
Oh, that would have been really smart, though.
Could you imagine me on The Voice? They're all very good on The Voice. There's never bad ones. And I'm like, I wish there was a bad one. Could be me. That would be everything.
You just need him to turn the chair. Just one person.
And I could pitch it to him. Or we could just tweet him.
Yeah, I think that's how it happened.
Yeah.
the fan tweeted him like, you should sell out Madison Square Garden, I'll be front row. And then Niall made a joke like that he would never sell it out or something, and then he did like all these years later, and then he remembered and like reached out to her.
That sounds like fan fiction right there. That's crazy.
Isn't that sweet? Yeah,
that's nice. Ugh, I love Niall.
And you can tell it was like through him because it's like it's like a reply. It's not like a main tweet or something. You know, it has to be something like he must have remembered.
Wow,
and, like,
that's crazy because he's probably you very Niall coded with your vest too. He wears a lot of vests.
Oh, does he really?
He wears them on tour and he wears them on The Voice.
Oh,
yeah, I love it. It looks very cute today. I like it. I do miss your shorts, but the Southwest shorts I can't get. Oh, speaking of shorts too, did you see Jonathan Bailey in his shorts for Jurassic Park? His working out. His what? How did you see that one? I just saw it this morning. Or is it old?
Because gay Twitter, the second Jonathan Bailey does anything hot, like it's everywhere, you know.
So is he going to be jacked for the next season of Bridgerton? Is he just going to be like
probably,
super buff?
right? Because his biceps are like gigantic now to fight the dinosaurs or whatever they do.
He looks good. Like when you look at the first season of Bridgerton, like I think it was like 3 or 4 episodes ago. I'm like, was he on season 1?
Yeah.
And then I was asking Moses, I'm like, I really don't see him. Like I don't get it. And he was like literally like one of the main people. And I was just like, that looks nothing like him today. Like nothing. Like if you go watch that first season, he looks really like so much older. He's my age, but he looks like he's like 40. He's so much fuller. Like he just looks different. He looks his bags like I don't know. He looks like a completely different person, and he's like so hot now. And he is hot in the new season of Bridgerton, but I was like, I don't know. It was wild. He's also a very good actor. I told Moses that he was gay, and he like didn't even believe it. I was like, well, I guess that's a good actor.
Yeah, he's
you know
really
what I
good.
mean? Which it is because I was like, oh, how crazy. Because, you watch Bridgerton, and I guess it's acting, so this is just me being weird. But I'm like, oh, man, like, it sucks. Like, you can't really, like, enjoy it. But I guess you're not supposed to enjoy those scenes. Because I'm sure Penelope and Colin, like, I mean, how do you not, like, it's kind of hot. Like, you're kind of, I mean, I get it. It's acting, but it's kind of like, oh, I get to kiss a good-looking guy. It's like Rebel Wilson, who she didn't want to work with Sacha Baron Cohen, but she was like, oh, I'm going to have Shannon Tatum and held to my breast. You know what I mean? I feel like, you kind of know if there's like a fun situation or not. And so, anyways, I don't know. I don't know if that's insensitive, but I was just thinking like, oh, kind of like he couldn't really. But I guess you're not supposed to be into it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I read an article about for the sex scenes between like Nicola and Luke, and it's like they literally were just like laughing about the whole thing because the intimacy garments are so awkward, like that he has to wear. Have you ever seen them?
Yes.
They're so wild, and I can't imagine because it's almost like a cup or something, and then it tapes like up your butt crack.
Yeah.
It's so like unserious.
Oh, it's up his butt crack? Did you see his butt in this season? Because I feel like it was nothing up his butt crack.
Once I saw, because I went to Google like what they look like, and like it tapes, maybe not like fully up the butt, but like towards the taint area, like like because it has to like be secured somehow.
Right, a little tucking.
Yeah, it is very like tuck. Yeah.
Okay, because his butt definitely didn't look like separated. Like there was nothing in between it. You know what I mean?
I think it's like right in the.
I feel like actors have to say that though, because it would be you couldn't say like, oh my god, it was so hot. Like you have to say, you guys, it's so awkward. Like, and I do get it because I've only kissed in like 2 of my music videos, and it is. I get it. Like I get it because it's like also it's like maybe this person doesn't want to be kissing me. That's what I think. I'm like, oh, this person probably is like, I don't want to be here, but I'm getting paid, so let me just kiss this person or whatever. So I'd probably be thinking that in my head, but I still feel like there has to be something. You see, what's his name, Luke Newton, like naked in front of you. You're just like, I mean, you still see his abs and you still see his like hips, like, and you're not into it. I don't know, the thrusting. I mean, I don't know. Again, this is why I shouldn't be an actress, because I feel like you'd have to feel something.
I don't know.
Isn't that the whole point of acting? Is to feel like you're emoting the characters, or you're feeling like their passion?
The character, like
which
Nicola
is them.
It's different.
The actors feel the emotion of the character.
Yes, but they're not the character. Like there's the separation.
Oh my gosh.
I think you're very method with your acting, so I think maybe that's the difference. Like I feel like when you act,
especially on those scenes.
Yeah.
She's been practicing for a long time.
But it's you feeling the emotions, right? You're supposed to be horny in the scene. Like you're like, okay, so you have to convey it.
I think when you're on set, a lot of those emotions kind of dissolve away, especially like the body, like the senses, like the arousal and all that. Like, because you're on set too. There's other people.
Yes.
And if you're naked in front of other, like you're not thinking about this one person. You're thinking about the whole set right now more than you think about this one person in front of you.
I don't know. I've never been in this situation.
You played a lot of yourself, though, really, right? Like you've played versions of yourself, so I feel like that kind of makes sense. But I mean, obviously, yes, sometimes there are those like think of all the co-stars who end up getting together. So obviously, when there are cases of that, you know, where like it kind of blurs. But I think it's common for it to not be that.
I'm not saying you'd be like in love with the person. I would just be like, oh, I would enjoy like a Bridgerton sex scene more than I would enjoy like Orange is the New Black sex scene. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like, oh, that's more romantic. There's thrusting. There's all this stuff. You know what I mean? I've never watched Orange is the New Black, so I'm not trying to. I don't know if there's a sex scene in there, but I'm just like guessing. Like a prison sex scene is not as hot as like a Bridgerton romance. You know what I mean?
I see. Yeah.
I have to believe it. Everyone thought Luke and Nicola were dating, and then they were devastated. Did you see who broke this news that Luke has a girlfriend? Right when the press tour ended, all of a sudden
I
Luke
saw
has
the
a girlfriend.
paparazzi photos.
The one in People.
Yeah.
Do you think they paid people to publish them, or you think people paid them to get the exclusive? Because everyone was guessing maybe this is all speculation, and I'm totally that fan, and it's like so annoying because also like people are so annoying. Oh my god, I can't believe you had a girlfriend. Like what? Whatever. But do you think she called the paparazzi? Do you think they sold it to people, or do you think people just like let's do the exclusive together and we're not going to pay you? Like what?
I don't know. I think in general,
I don't trust people.
I think, well, okay, with the paparazzi agencies in general, like a lot of the times they, like when they have like a good scoop, they go to specific outlets, like the big ones, and they like sell it to them as an exclusive. Like they buy the rights to them first, and then there's like 24 hours or longer, like restriction for anyone else to use those photos. So that happens a lot where like the paparazzi will get the photos and then the agencies go to like, hey, like we have this photo of like Luke and his new girlfriend and like we can sell it to you as an exclusive. They pay a ton of money up front.
People pays the money?
Yeah, like or whoever gets the exclusive. Like they pay a ton up front and then they get that exclusive. And then if like say ET wrote it up, you would have to like link to people. Like we couldn't post that photo anywhere. You know what I mean?
Because they have it, the exclusive. Yeah. But do you think because no one saw them all during the press tour has gone on for 6 months and everyone's like, oh, Luke and Nicola are together because you never saw them with anyone. They were like holding hands, and all of a sudden like the second half is out, they're together at dinner.
I think it makes sense because like I feel like they probably the shipping of the main couple always is like the selling point because even. There was the Bridgerton spinoff. I think it's Queen Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. Yes. We were watching the beginning.
Yes.
That guy's hot, too. Is he gay?
No, he has a girlfriend. But
I thought he was gay.
No, the main guy in Queen Charlotte?
The one who was at the Dolce & Gabbana show with Luke Newton, and everyone's like, oh, too bad he's gay.
No,
are you sure?
I never saw that one.
Okay.
But I remember specifically, because like, that was another one where everyone shipped, like, the girl who played Charlotte and, like, the guy.
They do have good chemistry, yeah. We watched a little bit of it.
And it was, like, I remember one time, last summer, they did, like, they were promoting, like, the Netflix festival anyway, but it was very specific. But and like one of my questions that I like asked that I gave for them to ask was like, oh, what do you think about people shipping you? And then we couldn't use it because like not Luke, whoever the guy, I forget his name, but he had a girlfriend, and it was like it made the girlfriend like too uncomfortable, him and the girlfriend too uncomfortable to be like shipped with.
How do you know that? Who told you that?
The Netflix people. And there was like all these articles that came out after. It wasn't like a big secret. It was like they try to like downplay the ship afterwards because it was like weird for his like relationship. But like you never heard about the girlfriend the whole time they were promoting the show because they're like selling the fantasy, you know? So I do think it's part of like the marketing.
Oh, it's very Sydney Sweeney, Glen Powell.
Yes.
Very Katniss and PETA.
Yes, you want to like sell the fantasy of like, you know, it's like so like old school like Hollywood, you know, like selling the fantasy that these two co-stars are
because people were really into the Nick and Nicola. I guess that's their name together. Luke and Nicola. Nicola, am I saying right?
Yeah.
Or Nicola?
I think Nicola.
Yeah, I feel like they were so into it. And as soon as they found out, everyone was, I mean, TikTok is pissed. TikTok is pissed. They're like, this is like bullshit. What the hell? Like, and then the other people are like, wow, that girl has a lot of patience, which is like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on how serious you are, but it's like, I don't know. I guess I would like be like, yeah, sell it. Like, well, if you don't care, like, right? Like, would you care? I feel like I wouldn't care. I'm different if you're married. Like, they know I'm with Moses, so it like doesn't make sense for us. But I'm just saying, like, if you already have a secret relationship.
Because look at like the Glen Powell Sydney Sweeney one. Like Sydney Sweeney's like fiance or husband, I don't know if they're married yet, or fiance/husband was like totally fine with it, and they were like in on it. But then Glen Powell got dumped. So
oh right, so
yeah,
very.
I guess
dependent.
it depends on the person.
I just feel like if you have a secret relationship, it's better because then your relationship can stay secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I mean it pays off. I mean Glen Powell became like it boy after that. So
yeah, he's on the Jake Shane podcast. I mean, he's everywhere.
He's like in the new Twisters movie. He has so many like movies lined up after the Sydney Sweeney movie. It actually is crazy.
It worked for him.
Yeah, it worked, and for Sydney, they all got.
Yeah, she just bought like an $18 million house in Florida. Did you see that? I was like,
everyone was mad that she has money now. I'm like, well, that's how it works. Like, you become a producer.
But also, didn't she say like literally a year ago that like she couldn't pay bills with Euphoria money or something?
Yeah, but that's like that just shows the disparity of like being like a star on like a streaming show versus like being a producer on a $100 million film. You know?
That's so true. Because I was like, girl, what?
Because the royalties are like so low on like all the streaming shows.
Yeah.
But once she became like the person in charge of the film,
yeah,
you know?
she's like, now I'm gonna make that money.
Yes, I'm sure
so
she got back end of I'm sure it got paid up front, but then obviously back end. That movie made over $100 million in the box office alone, and then it got put. Think about like everyone who bought it on like iTunes or Amazon. Then it got sold to Netflix. So there's money in all of that.
Maybe I should make my tavern a movie first and then sell it to Netflix or something, like a series.
Yeah.
Oh, I do love a series. I do love watching like 8 parts to something, so I think it needs to be more serious. Gosh, should I be a producer on my show too?
Yeah,
I guess that's where the money is.
Yes, that's where the money's
Okay. I want to be a producer.
And you wrote it, so you also get the writing stuff
Really?
too,
Is that
so,
money in there?
Yeah.
CAA, get on it. I'm too scared to tell them, so I just tell them through my podcast. Hopefully they made it to this point. Because I just think it's like so silly to feel like I want to do this, but I feel like it's actually a thing. It's done. It's written. I had to do a couple rewrites. I would love Jonathan Bailey in it too, but he's too big right now. He's Bridgerton and Jurassic Park. So
Jurassic Park is really and Wicked, so.
Oh, yeah. I'll stick with Niall and Harry, I guess.
It's easier to get them.
Yeah. Well, I told you I thought they like wrote off them in season 3 going to India because I was like, he probably went off and did Wicked. He's probably like, I can't be in the next season of Bridgerton because they're like gone off the show now. So he's probably like, bye, peace, gotta go, which makes sense. But I had to tell him he was gay. The only reason I told my husband he was gay is because like I just didn't want him to think I was calling this guy hot all the time if he was like a straight person, because that's like kind of weird to be like that all the time. So.
Yeah, that's like me calling like straight guys hot all the time. You know, it's like it's like opposite almost.
Right. So you're like, you don't want your like boyfriend to know.
Yeah, like there's nothing to be worried. When I say like a straight guy's hot, it's like, well, that's that. You know?
Yeah. That's how I feel too. That's what I was like, and I said that I'm like, oh, Oscar says he's out, he's open, like, you know, I just want to make sure.
He's
it's
at
like
the
a
gay
thing.
clubs. He's partying. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, there's a video of him at a gay club, and he has like, I think he has like a little white tank top on, and he has angel wings.
Ooh,
and he's like dancing, and it's like a little wing. It's like so.
Is he with someone?
I literally have no idea. He could maybe like another secret relationship kind of thing. I don't know.
What if he hit on you and was trying to hook up with you?
No, that's like, he's too like hot that it would just make, I would have like a million complexes about it. Like too hot, too famous, and like every gay in the world like loves him.
You would do a little
straight
make
woman
out?
apparently.
Yeah, well, gosh, I know. Everyone does.
Yeah, it's
because he's so Bridgerton. He does have. I think he sells the sex scenes the best. The only thing I would say about season 3 is like everyone else is not that they weren't. I think the lack of sex scenes were sad between Colin and Penelope. There was only like 2, and then the other half he's just mad at her the whole time. He's just pissed at her. Where the book had sexy ones. I read somewhere that they filmed the sex scenes because they kept saying in all the press interviews like, we broke furniture. Like, wait till you see what happened in this wild sex scene. But there was never a wild sex scene. So I'm like, what's it? Because and everyone said, what did you break? And like, you'll have to wait and see. But there was none of that. So I don't know if they like filmed. I saw somewhere that they filmed a bunch of sex scenes and they just didn't air them or something. Or they just cut them.
Maybe. That's weird though, because that's the whole like part of the sell of the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I have to correct what I said about season 1. I was like, oh, I don't really get the chemistry. Because we only watched half of it up to that point. The second half of season 1 was really good. And it did get really sexy. And I really love Renee Jean Page and the girl who played Daphne. I don't know her name, but I thought they were really good. Their chemistry amped it up. It was so crazy. Because the whole plot, I can say a season 1 because it's been out for a while. The whole plot is literally him, like, he doesn't want to have kids because he, like, wants his dad's name to, like, die or whatever, you know, like, all this crazy stuff. So literally it's him just, like, pulling out, but being so aggressive about it, just, like, pulling out and then, like, flipping himself over so it, like, doesn't get her pregnant. And then she, like, just sits on top of him. So, like, it was wild. I was like, this is so
I
crazy.
forgot. That was, like, a controversial thing.
Yeah. She literally is just, like, it's very not consensual. And I was like, damn, okay. And she really just did that. And then he's like, what did you do? And she's like, what did you do? Everyone's like pissed. It was wild. It was a wild season, but I mean, she really, Anyway, I guess it has a happy ending. I can spoil it because she didn't get pregnant from that entrapment. But they did consensually agree to try and have a baby, and then they did. So, anyways.
Did you see Nicola at like a press conference or something? Someone's like, wow, it's so brave of you for me to do your sex scene. She's like, yeah, like for my community, the perfect breast community. I love the representation. I was like, whoa, she's so slay.
Yeah,
like, she really is.
She's so slay. I really did love it. And I saw on Twitter, too, so many people just being like so excited. Like totally. I get it. It's like, it is annoying when you're like first of all, she's not big at all. Like even seeing her naked scenes, I was like, oh my God, she's literally not big. But it is crazy when you're like a bigger girl like me or whatever, and they're like, oh my God, you're so confident, and this is just because you're like existing in a bigger body. That is annoying. However, I will say there were so many people on Twitter that's like, oh, I love seeing like my body represented on there, even if it's not like the same as hers, because she is like a really perfect version of it. But I felt the same way. I felt like, oh, like, you know, maybe there is a chance for me to be like on TV or on movies and stuff like that. Maybe this is a new wave where they're going to have like bigger girls, like, you know, be naked and be beautiful and not made fun of and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? And again, I say bigger loosely because all the girls are so tiny and she's just like a little like normal size. But yeah, I do love that they had those representation. It feels good. That's why I love like representation in general. I love that it feels good and when it doesn't feel like, I feel like Bridgerton's doing a good job with that with like the queer storylines. Like everyone's kind of like the next season, everyone's like kind of a little queer, I guess. You know, I don't know. I didn't read all the books, but they all seem to be a little bit like lesbian, bi, everything like that. And I like that they do it very like subtly. Like it's not even like a thing, you know, like, oh my God, you're gay. It's just like, oh, I like this girl.
Yeah, I feel like they do a good job same with like the racial stuff too, because it's like obviously historically not a great time to be not white, but they like in this world of Bridgerton, like I love that it's like it doesn't matter at all, you know.
Nothing about their skin color. That's what I even said to Moses when they even mentioned like the second season, Kate and Anthony going back to India, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting that they acknowledge her. Like I didn't watch the second season yet, I haven't seen it, but like acknowledge her being Indian, because it's like they don't really acknowledge race at all in the thing, which I like. It is cool. Like you don't even think about it. You know what I mean? Which I mean, it's cool too that they do acknowledge it. But I was like, oh, that's so interesting, because you never hear about anyone else's like background in the show, which I think is also a good thing.
Do you? Because I'm not like in the Bridgerton stand-up, so like on TikTok and stuff. Like, has the reception of the season been good? Because I remember when they pushed, like in the book series, it's not supposed to be like Penelope as the third, but like I think Shonda really wanted to do Penelope's story, so they moved it around. Like, so people were like upset about it. Do they like it now, or
no? They were very excited. Like the carriage scene, you know, everyone's so excited. Like, oh my god, the carriage scene, the end of part 1, they were so good. I think it happens with everything that gets like so hyped up. I think people get like, they kind of turn against it, because I loved it, and then I started going on TikTok and I was like, oh yeah, like why didn't they have as many sex scenes as Kate and Anthony? Why didn't they have as many sex scenes as like Daphne and the Duke? Like they had it in the book, and they did. Okay, so I will say I did read the book. I did skip to the mirror the mirror scene first, and it is like super, like there's a whole dialogue of him being like in love with her, wanting to cup her breast, wanting to like ram her from behind in the mirror, like, and she's gonna watch, and all that's like not there. There's a lot of sex scenes that they did skip, so I kind of like agree with them there, and I think they were just, I don't know, I think people are just like mad about that, and also the fact that like he was just so pissy the whole time at her, because also in the book the reveal is different. He's the one that reveals her. Like he's a lot more like receptive to it as opposed to like the show. He's very like pissed the whole time. So they didn't really have romance in the second one. It's really them just being like, he's mad. He thinks he's like, you try to entrap me and all this. Like he's kind of like very accusatory, and rightfully so. She definitely did lie like so bad. But yeah, I think people were not excited. And then I think when the girlfriend came out, Luke Newton having a girlfriend, I think people were really pissed, which is so crazy. That is so silly. But yeah, I think people love Nicola. I think she's like, you know, people stan her, but I think they were mad they didn't get a lot. But I think that's to be expected with like super fans of books and stuff, to be like, oh, they didn't have this part in this. And I kind of agree. They had 2 sex scenes, so they had like way less sex scenes than anyone else, and it's mostly just him fingering her. Everyone else got thrusted. She only got thrusted once. I was like, damn, he really likes to. I did see someone give them nicknames, and he was like, hers was like Penelope Fingerton or something, because all he did, they all had different ones with what they did and stuff like that. I don't know. I haven't watched them, but the first season was so much sex. Like they were having sex everywhere on the stairs, and again, I like it. You know, it's great, and I was hoping to see more of it, but yeah,
I would expect more. I don't know. That's the whole like appeal of Bridgerton. So that is interesting.
And not only that was the lack of sex, it was like lacks of romance. Like it just was really like, wow, they really hate each other for most of that second half.
Maybe they're trying to like really milk the enemies to lovers thing. I feel like that's a popular like thing right now.
Yeah.
I keep like
enemies
on
to
book
lovers?
talk and stuff. It's all like enemies to lovers. It's like everyone gets really into it.
Okay, so maybe my tavern, my enemy is like a big giant, and then we like end up having.
He becomes your lover?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like 10 foot tall or something like that. And then my other enemy is like a little leprechaun who's like 3 feet tall. And then we all get together and do the threesome challenger style. I like it.
That'd be everything.
Yeah, that's cute. I like it.
You got another rewrite?
Yeah. I have been rewriting it. I'm passionate about it. Okay, I like it. Yeah, it's good. So where you're like third.
I'm like really early into it. Like I said, it's been hard to pull myself away from young Sheldon, but I'll have
God. It's so good. I don't know. I love Bridgerton. I never would have thought. I hate that era. I usually hate that era of stuff, but now I'm obsessed. I went to Michael's, bought everything Bridgerton.
I didn't know Michael's had a Bridgerton collection.
Yes.
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
all blue and white. Our bed sheets are now Bridgerton. We got them from Love Shack Fancy. Everything is Bridgerton.
Oh my God. They always have like a Bridgerton experience. Next time they have one in LA, you have to go.
Yeah, we remember when that was happening. I remember it was all over TikTok and everyone was going to like Diamond of the season. I had no idea what they were. I'm like, this looks so boring. Like, this looks stupid.
You always just miss
I know. Well, that's why we're current now, because I told Moses, I'm like, I don't think Oscar watched it. We can't talk about it. He's like, this is finally something we're current on, like season 3. We need to. I was like, yeah, you're right. And we did. We really, because it's hard to find time with 2 kids too. So like, if Malibu went down for a nap for an hour, we watched it, and then we got it done. But it was really hard to get and done. Are these juices melting? Should we?
Oh yeah,
about
we
them?
need to switch.
Oh my
We'll
gosh.
switch gears to
Okay.
our bratty summer.
Have a bratty summer. I love it. So brat summer, you were saying is
So this is a beverage. Moon Juice X Daniel Prada X Charlie XCX kind of, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, it's a Charlie XCX smoothie, but
I think it's Charlie XCX inspired.
it's very Michael's, where it's not Bridgerton, but it's like blue and white Baroque fashion. Got it. Okay, got it. It's inspired.
Yeah, so Daniel DM'd us about his Moon Juice collab that's inspired by the Charlie XCX album Brat, which is like, it's the new thing now. Like, it's like not Hot Girl Summer, it's a Brat Summer. Like, you want to be in your Brat era, which is just like wild, free, partying, making out with strangers, drugs, like poppers, I'm assuming. I don't know.
Did you ever make a statement about the poppers or no?
No, she never made a statement. She's a cool girl.
Okay.
It's a Brat Summers for the cool girls. The cool girls and gays, like, yeah, it's just like loose, wild, fun.
Are you a brat? No.
No. I like want to be.
Yeah.
I really want, because it sounds cool. Like, it sounds like everyone cool is having like a Brat summer, but I'm, we kind of are just like a chill summer.
Yeah, we're in the valley, in the air conditioning, reading books. But we have a Brat mindset.
Yeah, we have the Brat mindset. Yeah.
All right, what's the black stuff? I don't know about the green and black. How are you liking? You're like into it.
I'm trying.
Okay, what's the black stuff in it?
I think you wrote it in your little card.
Okay. Let me try.
Yeah, try it first.
Try it before I do. Okay.
It's interesting.
Texture.
It's like
At
the beginning you get a flavor and you're not sure about it, but then it settles and it tastes good.
That tastes like the Master Cleanse or something. Not in a bad way, but
no, it tastes healthy for sure.
Yeah, I know. That's what
it should have made sense, because it's like,
That's why when he wanted to send it to us, I was like, I don't know if we're the target market for this, but we love him.
And I love the aesthetic of it. Like, this feels like bratty to me for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
it's giving me Wicked vibes, but okay.
Well, like the green and black are like the Brat colors.
Oh, like Army Brat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe not
Brat?
Army Brat, but I think just Brat.
What is Army Brat? Why do they call him that? I don't know.
I don't know
nothing. Yeah. That's actually pretty good. In all fairness, it was sitting outside for like an hour while we were doing a photo shoot. So the juice guy came. Yeah. Is it? Okay, let's see what the black.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he get money for this? I hope so.
I hope so too.
Or no?
I don't know. He said that like originally he did like a TikTok doing like a fake Erewhon collab that he was like maybe would be manifested into like a real Erewhon collab,
that.
but Erewhon wouldn't collab with him. And I guess like
did they say no or they just didn't respond? Did they ghost him?
I think they said no is what he said, and and then he looked and they don't really do a lot of like queer collabs. So
wow.
So he partnered with Moon Juice, and like portion of the proceeds support a queer charity. I forget which one. I think the LA LGBT Center, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cute. We love that. That's wild. So Erewhon doesn't collab with gay people?
He like looked at the list of collabs and there hasn't been like a queer collab. Which, I mean, right? Like, I can't think of. It was like the Hailey Bieber, Olivia Rodrigo.
Kendall Jenner.
Yeah. There's not like, I haven't seen. Yeah.
Okay, Erewhon. Your move next. Oscar's available for a collab.
What would the Just Trish Erewhon drink be? Oh my God.
Pink and white. But like, that'd be cute, right? A pink and white. But we put your name on it since you're gay.
But you're queer, so.
Oh, right. Oh, so you're saying queer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, me too. Yeah. The Trish and Oscar. And we'll put a little otter on there.
And we'll have reparations. Like, we'll donate the proceeds to a queer charity as well.
We donate all of them too. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I'd love it. Okay, so Daniel Prada says, my latest collab with @Moonjuice. Shout out Moonjuice. I've drank there before when I used to live in Hollywood. It's pretty good. It's definitely healthy.
Yeah. Is there like a celery or something in there?
Okay, let's see. Maybe it is a celery. It is the Bratty Summer Smoothie. It's the perfect taste of summer. A key lime colada with a pop of matcha. Matcha is what I'm tasting. Yeah. For natural energy and hydration to keep you going. She's vegan and packed with vitamin C goodness. Proceeds benefit the LA LGBT Center.
Right. Okay.
Good job. Yeah. Helping all queer people with support programs. We love that. Because Pride is all year long. Oh, beautiful. Hope you love it as much as I do. Sending you all the love, Danielle. In that case, if it's for the queers, I'm going to drink all of it. Let's chug it.
I actually really like it. I'm not going to lie. It's an acquired taste a little bit, but no. But I also like matcha, so maybe that's why.
I think I definitely don't like matcha. but look, here's the thing. It's tolerable. It's not like I'm like, oh, I almost taste like something like it's not like turmeric, but it's like chili. You remember the Master Cleanse was like lemon, and then there was like a chili something
in it?
It was like cayenne.
Cayenne.
Yeah. Is it cayenne or no?
No, because cayenne's spicy.
Oh, it's not spicy?
No, that's me. And I have like a low spice tolerance.
Okay. It does taste a little bit celery. Look, it's definitely not bad. Like, it's definitely, like, I would be drinking this. I'd be Instagramming this. I love that it goes to a good cause. I love that it's healthy. Here's the thing. I don't like healthy stuff. This is why I, like, I do a grapefruit because I think that's the healthiest I can do, but I don't like celery but definitely not. What's matcha?
I don't know what is it a type of tea? Like matcha tea, I think.
I've had matcha pancakes before, so I don't think it's a tea.
I'm pretty sure it's like
It
a
is?
tea.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe you would know more. They have
Maybe
these, like,
I could totally be wrong, but
they have like Japanese fluffy pancakes that are matcha. Like you get matcha pancakes. Okay,
yeah,
they're not good
it
either.
could be mixed with like they have like matcha everything. They have like matcha cupcakes and everything. Like matcha
Okay,
cake,
so just anything.
matcha cheesecake even. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, next time there's a matcha cheesecake. No, it's actually it's not bad. Honestly, like seriously, like I'm just giving my honest. Like I'm just like not a healthy person. Like I had chips earlier, so but it is good. Like I think if I'm more in my healthy era mindset right now, like I like it, and I love that Daniel did that. Like honestly, like I was saying, moon juice is a slay too. Like even if Erwan doesn't want it, like that's also a slay. Like that's cool to have your own drink somewhere.
I know, and I
Yeah.
didn't know it was like a whole like he does a whole like series on his TikTok. So I told him, I'm like, I think you might be running for Queer of the Week with like
Yeah. Oh, is he your queer of the week?
I think so. I mean, honorable mention
let's do it.
Harry Daniels because he got signed to UTA.
Oh man, Moses should be in here. He texted me that like literally right when it happened. I was like, wow, you're on it. He is
Killing
he's a
it.
plant. He's a plant. He was with Obama, and we like studied that video, and I'm like, okay, there's no barricade between them. It's
He
not
was
like
up close and personal with
yeah,
Obama.
I think he has connections. I was like, no, there's no way you can't get that close to a president without.
Well, I don't know. Logan Paul was with freaking Donald Trump, so
Yeah, but he probably had to do security clearances. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you can just go up and start singing to Donald Trump or Barack Obama or any of those people.
I guess, yeah.
There's no way. There's no way.
When he comes back, we'll have to like really.
He's
press
definitely
him
a
little
plant, but
bit.
hopefully he can help us.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
how do we get them
love
on?
a plant that helps us.
Yeah,
Like, we'll
we
ride the
need-
plant's
yes.
coattails.
We'll water that plant. We'll trim that plant. Yes. Harry
I
Daniels,
love Harry.
honorable mention for sure.
Queer of the month for sure for Harry.
Wow, queer of the month.
I think so because like he's been helping.
Wow.
Like he's just a real one, you know. Like he's
He's
so
very sweet,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
he-
the
yeah,
sweetest
mhm.
and like just like he talks the talk, walks the walk. You know what I mean? It's not like. He also just doesn't like when he was here. It's not like, oh yeah, I'll put you in touch with like Chappell, blah blah blah. He just like
he just did
went
it.
and did it.
Yeah. No one's like that. Like
No.
nobody's ever been like that. So
Yeah.
even like just that little like connection alone, like literally, I know so many people that could be connected to people. Never once have I had a connection like that. So
Same.
that's really nice.
Yeah.
So thank you, Harry
We
Daniels.
love Harry.
Yeah.
Who else would be in the running? I honestly, yeah, I guess Daniel takes the cake for this one. Yeah. Do you
Jonathan
have-
Bailey is mine.
That's fair. That's definitely fair.
God, that guy is like crazy hot. Like crazy hot. And that's why I have to reiterate. And Mo's not in here now, but I can't have to tell him he's gay because it's just like, it is actually insane. Like I watch him on like Bridgerton, like everything. I guess he's just a good actor or whatever, but I'm just like, wow, he's really good. And even like Wicked and stuff, like when I watch like he's not really in the trailer, but when I see them at like the tennis games, I'm like, he's kind of hot. He's kind of hot. And the fact that he's gonna sing in Wicked.
Oh yeah, remember when like last summer when he went to the tennis game with Ariana and everyone's like Ariana's new man. Everyone's like he's gay.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Oh, that's kind of sad though. Like I do hate that you have to say that to follow up. You know what I mean? Like when I have to preface it to Moses or like people in general. Like it's like, well, he's gay, so it's not gonna happen. Like let them live the fantasy of being the leading men. You know what I mean? Like let that happen. But
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I'm glad that we live in a world now, like, you know, Jonathan Bailey can like lead Jurassic Park, but like, I think Matt Bomer just said like he was supposed to be Superman, but then he got outed. This is before he was out.
Really?
He got outed, and then the executives like wouldn't let him be cast as Superman because Superman couldn't be gay or
Isn't that
something.
crazy?
Yeah, because he
That is
looks
wild.
like Superman. Like Matt Bomer is like,
I don't know if I know what he looks like.
oh,
I've heard the name.
he is probably like one of the
Really?
most like beautiful men in the world. Like
And that is weird.
He literally looks like Superman.
Yeah, that's kind of
He was in Magic Mike.
really. Why don't I know what he looks like?
This guy, even
Oh wow,
He's
I
like-
don't know if I've seen him. What else has he been in? He's very gorgeous.
I mean, like just like unreal.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, he looks like he kind of looks like the guy that played Superman, Henry
Yeah,
Cavill.
he does look like Henry Cavill.
Damn. Do you think it was because he was gay?
He said in an interview it was because they found out he was gay because he wasn't out of the
What?
closet. But when the producers of the movie found out that he was gay, they
Can he like
took him-
sue them or something? Is
I
that
don't-
discrimination if he
you
actually
would
thinks
think,
that?
right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's wild. I mean,
Yeah.
I believe it.
But what else has he been in? His like big thing was a show called White Collar. It was on for like 6 years.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that show.
Yeah,
It's
but
definitely cute. Yeah, no, it's great. It's great, and also like that people don't even question it. Like they still love him in Bridgerton. You know what I mean? Like Kate, like oh, Kate, I think it's the best couple, the best seasons. I like that. Like it is really great. That is just
yeah.
does. But that's also like a really good actor at that. I think at that point, like it's just like
Yeah.
wow, that's like you convince all these people like how amazing you are. And yeah, I can't wait to see him in Wicked because I do love Fiyero. I think it's one of the best. That's like I didn't know who he was when they cast him. I was kind of like that's kind of random. I don't really like that person. I love Adam Lambert as Fiyero. I thought he could have been it, but now I'm excited for Jonathan Bailey.
Was Adam Lambert in it on Broadway?
He was on the touring
Oh.
production at Broadway, but I saw him in it like before American Idol. Like I want to say 2007 or something like that. And I have the playbill from it because I think he was in maybe LA with it or something. I don't know. I remember seeing him. I thought he was so good. You missed it, Moses. He sent me one of your he talked about one of your hot topics, which was Harry Daniels getting signed by UTA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
And Moses had sent it to me, and I forgot to reply. And I was like, oh no, Moses had such a good hot topic. I was like, wow, look at you knowing it. That was pretty good, anyways. He was our like queer of the week or month because he's wonderful and great. And I was telling him our theory that he's a plant because he was so close to Obama and there was no like barrier. Anyways, we just went over the whole thing. You missed it. I was like, oh man, Moses will be here for that. But yeah, so that's mine. Did you pick? Oh, Daniel.
I think Daniel. Yeah. I mean,
slaying the moon juice.
Slaying the moon juice. He made it happen.
Yeah.
One door closed, another one opens.
That is crazy. I would love to have my own drink somewhere. So maybe just air one. No, I'm just kidding. Moon juice, hit me up. No, I think it's actually really
Jamba.
cool.
We can do it. We love a Jamba.
Jamba,
Yes,
please.
Versa,
Just Trish. It'd be like the pink and white. Kind of looks like Air One, the Haley Boo Boo, but it would be such a slay. Yes, all day. Oh, Jamba Juice, hit us up. I worked with them once.
Be like the razzmatazz with a swirl of vanilla.
Yeah, that'd be so cute. I love it. Hit us up.
Another one of your favorite men went viral. Zac Efron.
You look like him today. I was gonna say that too.
Oh,
he looks good. Did you see him
Zac
at the
Efron
premiere?
Looks so good.
Looks really, really good.
Yes.
He's in a fun, goofy mood, and all these. He's like talking about
he's
Vanessa
like-
Hudgens. Like he's just cute and silly.
Yeah,
talking about his
'cause
brother.
He usually. I feel like it hasn't been like super fun and like he's always nice, but he usually doesn't have like a silly goofy time.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's feeling himself because
Yes.
at what is it called again? The Nicole Kidman Joey K movie, the Netflix one.
Family Affair.
Family Affair. Yes, you're right.
Is it out this weekend?
I think.
I can't wait.
Next weekend.
I'm so excited.
I believe. Yeah, it looks good. Nicole Kidman. I mean, they did a movie a while ago. I think it's called The Paperboy. And I remember
Zac
there's a
Efron?
scene. Yeah, and there's a scene of him dancing with her, and he's in like maybe in just his underwear. I want to say.
What? Oh my God,
I'm
we're
pretty
watching
sure.
it. God,
Yeah.
I love Zac Efron. I love him. I haven't gotten the podcast so bad.
But everyone loved that he was talking about Zach and Vanessa and Ashley Tisdale
Yeah,
having
like
the
that's
babies.
what I'm saying. And talking about like the family reunion. Like, oh, it's going to be a fun family. Like, I love it.
Me too, because there was like a High School Musical reunion, I think a while ago, like maybe 10 years ago. And Zach was the only one to like not return.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know if he was trying to like, move on past High School Musical. But it's always good when like
the nostalgia comes back around.
And people can appreciate their older work.
I think he'd be like that too. That's why I envisioned him. I always said that when he comes on the podcast, we could do like a Troy and Gabriella sound because I think he'd be into it. And I told you, it's the Troy. Right now I can hardly breathe. Like I feel like he'd be into it. That's how I envision it happening. Do you want to do a quick TikTok? His little manager will be like, yeah, do a TikTok with her. It's good. She has 9 million followers. Okay, what? Not that he gives up. But you know what I mean? And then I'll be like, okay, here's the one. Do you know this sound? And then he's like, but it's rolling, so he kind of has to be like on. And he's like, okay, sure.
And I'd be cosplaying the Lorax.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Is that the Taylor Swift one, right? Yeah, okay. I was like, wait, do you want this jacket for it? Is the Lorax fuzzy?
It's the fuzzy orange guy.
Oh, okay, I'll get you a fuzzy one. Call Fashion Nova. That'd be so cute, actually. Could you imagine if we got Zac Efron?
I would die.
That's what we need to open up the floodgates. You know what I mean? I think
that would be the one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'd be fully in like the therapist. Like it'd be A-lister, A-lister.
I would say Wednesdays or Fridays, but honestly, any day
for Zach.
him.
Yeah,
we'll make it work. We'll make it figure out. That'd be everything. Yeah, but he also, and he's talking about his brothers in the Trader and how he's like, like, which is like so funny that he would like say, he's like, I think he's gonna win. Like, and then there was a girl too. I think she was doing a TikTok, like a video. Did you see that one? And he's like behind her and he gives her like a little arm squeeze, and it was just cute. It was like a fan, and I was like, oh, look at him like touch her arm. Like he was being very like, I don't know, just warm. And I feel like that's not really Zac Efron in general. Like he seems very serious about stuff. He doesn't seem like warm.
Yeah, maybe because he went through so much trauma. Now he's finally just like recovered fully and like can,
he's back.
Be himself. Yeah,
he looks like himself. He looks like the old Zac Efron, but like mature, like manly.
Yeah, I love the short hair.
Oh yeah, it does look really cute. He's been doing the press round, so maybe he'll come on Just Trish. I really, 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 really love him. I think that's another one where I don't know if I could actually, like I would, but I don't know. I think it would be bad. I think it would be bad where I would disassociate, where I wouldn't know what I'm saying. Because there's a lot of times too where I disassociate and like I don't hear what someone's saying. And then I have to just figure out what they just said. And it doesn't happen often, but sometimes it just happens. And I don't know. And I'm like, oh, I didn't listen to what they just said. I've done better since being on this podcast, but like before this podcast, I used to like never remember what someone said. But now I like really have to practice listening. So I think with Zac Efron, I think I'd be like really, I don't know. You kind of look like Zac Efron from Bet On It today too.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, the black.
I'm not gonna stop that. Who I am. Yes. What?
We're just gonna have an earpiece for you, and we'll kind
Who's
of like,
feeding me the questions, Oscar or you? Because Oscar might be like, "What's it like to be hot?" Like the Ted Nivison one, and I'm like, "Oh no."
No, I'll be like, He just said that he asked him about that.
Oh, you can repeat. Well, I don't. Like, I listen, but I can't because I'm just like, wait, what were we talking about? Like, I'm really bad at that. So, anyways, with Zac Effron, I don't know if I could concentrate, but, we'd still love to have you on. He is, I do love him in all the press stuff he's been doing lately. You look like him. You gotta give me Zac Effron today.
Well, I'll take it.
Your face, like everything, like the chin, the little bit of stubble, like it looks really good. He's handsome. I like him.
I know. I mean, I love this like era of Zac. Like he's just like fully back on it.
Yeah, I do too. He's great, and I love that I love that his brother's gonna be on the Traitors. I hope that he whoops everyone's butt. But I wonder if people will know him. Do you have to introduce yourself as Zac Efron's brother?
I think if you say I'm Dylan Efron, people would connect the
Really?
dots.
I don't know if I would, because I'd be like, because you wouldn't assume you have the same last name as a sibling.
We're on a show where like you have to be famous, so I think that like
No, it's like do you know the show Claim to Fame with Kevin Jonas?
Yeah.
And it's like everyone's just trying to figure out what famous person you're related to.
Yeah.
And it's like really the people who like go to the end, it's like if someone doesn't know if the relative's just not famous enough, you know what I mean? And not in a bad way. Like a lot of them they're not super famous relatives or anything like that. But it's like sometimes like you knew the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I didn't. And I don't think anyone on the show knew the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm because they're all young. They're all like kids. So of course that person's gonna go far because they don't know. You know what I mean? You could have all the clues right in front of you. And Donny Osmond's son was on last season too. And a lot of people are like, Jim Carrey this. And it's not, again, Donny Osmond to me is like so famous. And he is. He like sells out things. But younger kids won't know him. So like even if you have all the clues, like if you just don't know the name, you just don't know the name. You know what I mean? But like Zendaya's cousin was on and everyone knew Zendaya. And that's why he got out right away. Because everyone's like, Spider-Man, Zendaya. Okay, boom. And so like her cousin got kicked off like the second week because she was so famous. Eddie Murphy's daughter, like all the really famous ones get kicked off early because like the clues are easy. My theory. Anyways, Dylan Efron, if he was on that show, I'm sure people would not know. Or does he look like Zac Efron? I have no idea actually what he looks like.
I don't know if they look like very, very similar. Maybe similar noses, I want to say. Like kind of like, they almost, they have like a nice point to their noses.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he has a similar nose.
You would know.
And he's also hot. I just also know Dylan Efron, so I would know like, right away.
Just from the show? Or just you know him personally?
I never saw the show. Can you imagine? I knew
I thought
Dylan
you did.
Efron.
Didn't you go to school with them, like High School Musical people?
No, I went to school with the guy Zeke who bakes from High School Musical.
Oh, right.
And Zac
okay.
Efron came to our high school
Yes.
once. But never met the man. But Dylan Efron, I just know via him being Zac Efron's hot brother. So
you just know that's how you knew him always before the show too.
yes, because
Yes.
this is so like okay, no one cares. But like and like when I like had to manage like Instagram accounts for, like entertainment news, it's always like the things that always did well is like hot siblings or like so I would always do like or like hot body doubles. Like that's a little trick if you work in the biz.
Wait, really? Oh my god, that's so funny.
I would use like Chris Hemsworth has a hot body double, so anytime I like needed a post and didn't know what to post, I'm like, here's Chris Hemsworth and his hot body double. Two hot people gets people like riled up.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
Maybe we can't get Chris Hemsworth. Maybe we can marry the body double.
So
yeah.
right.
Oh,
yes.
I would totally be that person when I was single. Like, who's like close? Who's close to this person? That makes sense. I like that. Yeah.
That's a little hack.
Okay, good to know.
Yes.
Find the body doubles.
Yeah.
The stunt doubles. That's kind of
Oh
everything.
my god! Would you do your own stunts in your Netflix show?
Well, I don't see myself doing stunts in this Netflix show.
okay.
Well, I mean, if you're trying sex scenes, then yes, but like I don't know if
But
that's
if
considered
it's with
stunt
a
work.
giant, it might be borderline stunts.
Oh my
That's
god!
true.
How would I do that?
You have to be like
leprechaun-
strung up or something. Like I don't know.
It's very Princess Leia, Jabba the Hutt. And like Jabba the Hutt would be the giant, not me. I'm not Jabba the Hutt. I'd be Princess Leia in the situation because I would look tiny next to it. Like it's very that. Yeah, I like it. I would do my own stunts for that. Is that considered stunt work? Is because sex scenes, or is that what? Do you get paid more for it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I just really wanted to be naked. I love seeing Nicola naked. But I always said that even from the beginning. I always want to be naked on TV because I think my boobs would be actually very impressive. I thought hers were, but I think mine would be too. I know I have scars on that, but I think it is a character. It's part of the Frankenstein theme. The tavern maid is actually her name. Her last name is Frankenstein. She's one of the Frankensteins.
Wait, what is her first name?
Trish. That's why it's the Trish Like Fish Tavern. But I'm not playing myself.
Is Trish Frankenstein?
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, what a good storyline. Because I love Young Frankenstein, so it's kind of like a continuation of that. That would be everything. Like Gene Wilder. Jeremy Allen White could be in it because he looks like Gene Wilder. Oh my God, this is like all panning out really good. Trish Frankenstein is her name. She has
and then
Franken
after
titties.
that, there'll be the movie, the prequel, the young Trish Frankenstein.
Oh, right. Then we find Young Trish. Young Trish Frankenstein. Who's going to play Young Trish? That would be interesting. I don't even know. They're actually not around yet, I guess.
Sabrina
Yeah.
Carpenter.
Oh, God. Yes, please. I want Sabrina Carpenter.
Please.
Please. God, she's so pretty. I want to be her mom in like a music video or something. If you need me to be in it, I would love to be. I can be her mom. Okay, yeah, we're adding that. I think that adds because I have the scar on my boobs. I have the scar from my C-section. I'm just a whole scarred up woman. But Trish Like Fish is not really a woman. She's like half fish too. So yeah, there's a lot of lore to it. So, anyways.
Maybe that's why you have the scars,
Yeah.
the transformation.
They had to put some legs on me. Yeah. They had to put a vagina. They had to put the vagina in me that was magical. So I'm not a woman that has a magical vagina.
The magical vagina wasn't
the leprechaun
God-given?
hid it in there. Like the leprechaun made me and hid his pot of gold in my vagina.
How
and that's
big
what
is
gets
the pot of
everyone
gold?
luck. It's big. It's meaty. You'll have to wait for the Netflix show to see. And then it never comes out. I'm like, wait till you see this pot of gold.
I know, Jimmy, do put spoilers in the section.
Put
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually do have it written out, but I'm thinking of this now. I'm like, actually, this is kind of good. I just added to it. Okay. Please don't send me ideas, by the way. People were sending me ideas. I do not take solicitations to my email. I do not read them. If it says Trish Like Fish Tavern, I delete them. Because people be doing that. They're like soliciting like ideas. And I'm like, love the idea, but don't. Because it's my show. And you could coincidentally have the same idea as me. And I'm like, no, don't. I don't open them. Don't send them to my email. Thank you. I have to put that out there. No solicitations. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
We'll create a new tier on Patreon for people that want to.
Input. Don't input.
People
I don't
that
need
wanna be
input.
producers
No,
on
no,
the-
no. No producers on Trish Like Fish Tavern. This is when you have no hot topics. It's like just spitball. I
I
literally
mean,
have
this
one
is a
hot
hot
topic.
topic. This is very
Yeah,
hot.
that's true. It's a very hot topic. A non-existent TV show. It's like the Tati lawsuit. It's like this never comes to fruition. I can't tell you, but wait till the show comes out. It's like 10 years later. One day.
All of our writers are working on it.
All the writers are working. You should be a writer on it, actually. I didn't know you were such a good writer. You would come on as a writer. I didn't know. You could do all the press stuff for it, all the press release, and you're really good at it. You could come on as a writer. I actually don't know good writers like that, so.
Oh, that's funny.
You know who's good as Drew Monson? I wish I could get a hold of him again. He kind of disappeared.
Oh, really? I feel
Yeah.
like he kind of comes and goes.
Yeah, but he wrote one of my short films, Viral
Really?
Video. Yeah, I wrote the first one, Viral Video, and then Viral Video 2 was Richard Grieco. It was like a horror film I did. Shane was in that too. It was directed by Andrew Valentine, and Drew wrote it. It was like about an obsessed fan. And who was it? Repsion? Do you remember him? Mr. Repsion? He was like a hater, troll YouTuber, and his part was written in. We flew him to LA. He was in it. He was like an obsessed fan or something. I don't know. It was good. Drew wrote it. Shout out Drew. But I don't know. I don't talk to him anymore. So not that I don't talk to him. I just don't hear back from him. He's another one. I just stopped. I'm like, let me not be aggressive.
Yeah, like he knows the offers out there.
He gets it. I actually only texted him twice, but I talked about him a lot in podcasts. But I'm like, let me just shut him. You know? I also splurged on these, and there's no hot topics, so I'm just like, I also splurged. I mean, we have more. We can talk about the next one, but the YSL tributes. I finally can get my foot in this. I was so nervous when you, shoe cam. Jimmy did a great edit of the shoe cam last time.
Yeah, he slays little
Yeah,
graphics.
he's like shoe cam. I was nervous when you were putting these shoes on me next to the Dodge. I was like, are my feet gonna fit into them? They fit perfectly, and they're YSL, which is a designer brand, which is like very. But I love these. I used to have a pair in my size 7, and I used to wear these, and they're actually very comfortable. We were just on a slant, so it was hard. But yeah, these are called the tributes, like Joey Graceffa's band. Or Hunger Games. These are the tributes by YSL, and they fit so nice. And the ceiling fan is so nice. And it's they're cute, and I love them, and I'm so happy to wear shoes again. So yeah, Sabrina Carpenter, if you need a body double. That should be the title. Sabrina Carpenter's body double. He just gave the hack, and that's the thumbnail, the clickbait. I could do it. Tag me in, girl.
Yeah. But then you would have to take like some hits or something. I don't know. You'd have to like go through doors or walls.
I totally could do that for sure. And Moses could be very cute against double.
I would say you can say in the title, Barry and Zac Effron join Trish.
Yeah. Challenger scene, just like. That's kind of everything. I don't know if that's good clickbait. I think yours was better, but I like it. Did we talk about Shane enough to make him a title? I don't know. I will say another thing about Shane. I was telling Moses this when he did when we were watching him do the live, like she's lying, you know, like that one. He had really pretty eyelashes. They're very long and thick and full. Did you ever notice that? They're gorge. I've never noticed that before. I was like, wow, he has actually really pretty eyes. Never once looked at his eyes. I was like, that's so weird. I never saw that in real life. They were so pretty. Like, wow. And then I was looking up stuff about him. I was like, oh, he actually has a really pretty eyes.
Oh.
Did you ever notice his lashes?
No, I never did.
They're so thick and full. And in that specific one where it's like, she's lying. I was like, wow, his lashes are gorge.
You know what's funny though? My algorithm now that like I had to like look up the Tati dumb as hell. Now I get a lot of like your
Old
deleted
videos?
Yeah, like the Gabby Hanna ones.
Oh, well, we can just react to those.
Yeah.
I don't want to react to that. I was even like embarrassed to react to the Tati, but I was on point with the Tati one. I was aggressive. I was very angry. Like my face was like so pissed. I was like, damn, I was really angry. But I think I'd be cringing on the other ones, like Gabby or something. Like, I don't know, probably making stupid points. My points in the Tati was like, I'm not being canceled. I'm not problematic. I was like, okay, girl, chill. Getting canceled like literally 3 months later. But it's a good one. Those were good. Yeah, the old videos of me are funny. I can't watch it. I hate watching myself. Like I told you, I don't even edit myself. Like I just don't like watching myself, period. So I'm cringe. I'm sure I'll cringe at this in like 10 years. I'm like, oh girl, why were you dressing up as a 25-year-old pop star? Like you're so embarrassing.
The timeline is wild though, because then I saw it was like the Gabby one, then the other one was like Trisha's deleted rant against Shane. But it was you did that on TikTok, I guess, when you were done with him.
Well, did I have like a face mask on?
I think I didn't watch that one yet, but
yikes. Yeah, I mean, I was a little unhinged. I was a little unhinged, you know. I feel like now it's like whatever. It doesn't even feel like a part of my life. That's why I feel like I can talk about Shane in the thumbnail, because I'm like, it doesn't even feel like I know him. Like, like especially now, I definitely don't. I don't know if he's a different person. He might be the exact same person, and I still want to know him. I'd be like, but did you say that I had herpes to Gabby Hanna? Because now I'm questioning. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I think I could never be friends with again, because he was just constantly questioning. You know, just like, I don't know about that. Sus. Maybe I'm believing Gabby now. I kind of like it though. I love where I'm at, just being drama free. That's why I'm like scared to invite any friendships into my life, because I'm like, I can just be cute and like not get too close.
Yeah, not like risk anything going awry.
Yeah, exactly. I don't share too much information with anybody. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'll just keep everyone at a little. We just do a podcast. Oh, you want to hang out? Come do a podcast. You know what I mean? It's cute.
That is how you have to hang out with people these days, though, because it's like, I mean, what else would you do? I guess like.
Well, we did go to Buffalo Wild Wings with Tana. That was kind of iconic.
Yeah,
but I don't think we could do that now that we have 2 kids. Well, maybe that was like 11 o'clock at night. But another thing, I'm like, I don't know if we should go out together, because I don't. What something happens? You know what I mean? Like, it just one of us should be home with the kids in case something happens to both of us. You know, it's just it's hard. We bring the kids, I guess.
That reminds me, this is so like whatever, but you have a bob now? Is that what you said, like your real hair?
Oh, yeah. Wait, why?
Oh,
was this a segue, or you just want to know about it?
No,
I'll tell you about it.
It just reminds me of Bobgate over at Canceled. It wasn't one of my hot topics, but it just reminded me.
I can show you the pictures. I can say that. It's fine. It's all good. Like, it happens. Accidents happen. Whatever. But I usually wear wigs. I'm wearing one today. I usually wear wigs, and then one day we were doing, we did the bob last week, and so like half my hair was like braided back, and to make it look nice and like real, we blended the top of my hair with the extensions, and like I love all my hairdressers, you know, but like every hairdresser does it. Like sometimes they cut on it, right? Or they just think like sometimes they don't think it is, right? And so I just got my hair cut whatever at the salon, and we were trying to blend it. And I got the bob cut. I have the picture of it, and it's like usually I don't notice, but I have like this like full on like bob, and then I just have like my other hair straight forward. It's fine, it's cute. I'm over it. Whatever. It was worth it for the Taylor Swift cosplay. You know what I mean? It was worth it for the gram. But yeah, I have a little bit of a bob in there, and it's like, do I just cut it? Maybe I should just cut it into a bob, because like you said, everyone loves the bob. Haley, what's her name? Haley Drew. Haley Drew. Everyone's a bob influencer now, and maybe that's my calling. Actually, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. I have a faux bob, so I can just braid that stuff underneath again, have my bob out. That's where it is. And then I can tell Brooke, no, you wouldn't look good with a bob, only me. I'll just say that to every influencer that gets one. Maybe I'll do that to Haley Drew. I'll just be like, hey, girl, maybe
just so you know.
Don't get the bob. Just kidding. No, there's no hate. I actually felt bad that influencer. Was her name Haley Drew? Is that her name?
I think so.
Yeah, she's like, I'm getting a lot of hate, and I'm sure that wasn't Brooke's intention.
I know she had a statement or something. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. She's like, this was my tone, and I get it. It is crazy. I don't think they realize like the power, like not even, because I know they really probably did not mean to send hate, but it's like even if you just say like a story, people will find it, right? And you don't really realize not only the power of that, but how good people are at investigating, and also how much people like love you, right? Like if you say something like, oh man, this person kind of whatever, like I'm scared to even say the bob cut, because I don't want people to go to my hairdresser and be like, why would you do that, Trish? Because like love that person more than anything. I didn't even say anything to him because I don't care. I'm just like, don't attack. Like who cares? Whatever. It's hair. But yeah, I think sometimes you don't realize like the power of it, you know, and then the influencer was like, I just said this or whatever. So, but I get it. Like I get when you like get something back and you're just like, damn, like
it was not what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, because that's crazy. Yeah, Brooke found she wanted, and she does kind of look like Brooke. They kind of look like each other. Yeah. The influencer. She's just like, oh, I wanted a bob, and basically what'd she say? Like, no, not you. Oh, she's like,
girl, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it, girl. Yeah. And the influencer, Haley, did say, like, you know, I was trying to be like, I don't want her to regret it, which I think some people probably do regret cutting their hair, especially into a bob, because very few people can pull that off. Yeah. Brooke obviously can, because her face is like a freaking model. Like, it's so perfect.
I know. I mean, when her was pulled back forever, and
oh, yeah, she's always looked slick back.
Which is even harder,
No one pulls it off J-Lo a little bit, but like that's it. Like no one else can pull it off. And I was just like, yeah. Yeah, so I think she would look good with a bob. I think she'll do a bob. She's getting her boobs done. I think she should get a little bob with the boobs because then it's just like, I don't know. It gives you a whole new era. I loved the bob. I loved the fake bob I had. I was like, maybe I should just cut it into a bob. But it's taking me so long to grow my hair, so I'm like, maybe not. Let's have a faux bob there or something like that. But
I've seen like hella photos of like Tana and Brooke like Photoshop with a bob now. And it's
no,
like,
is
yes.
it cute or no?
I don't know. I think
Honest
it depends
opinion.
on the Photoshop
Okay.
job because some of them look cute and then some of them don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brooke just has such beautiful, like long, perfect hair that it's like.
Yes. And she like, I feel like she knows that because anytime I've talked about her hair down, and she knows that it's like really healthy and beautiful. And I feel like bobs are for people like Haley said. She's like, mine's really like thin and like fine, so like it just makes sense for her hair, so it doesn't look. She said it was stringy when it was long. So I do agree with that. Hers is like really full and beautiful, so I wouldn't cut it.
I love that was like one of the big dramas of the week was Bobgate.
I forgot about that. I did see that too. Yeah, I didn't even
like
have that
everywhere.
down.
It's like damn.
Yeah, well, when there's two influences, anything Brooke and Tana talk about is going to be the drama of it. You can say anything. So if you say, and isn't that crazy? That is the drama. Love it though. I think Brooke would look good. I hope she does a bob. When she comes, we'll just all do bobs. A little bob. I have a bob now, so it's full on.
Oh my god, I'll bring my Wonka bob again. My green one.
Ooh, we just all have bobs.
Yes.
That'd be cute. Even if it's a wig, girl. If you want a wig, I know a good wig person. Like, we'll do a
oh
cute
my
little
god,
bob.
that'd actually be
That'd
everything.
be cute. And get like a real ass wig. That'd be actually really cute. Yeah, just do wigs, honestly. That's like my opinion. Because you can put all that beautiful hair underneath the wig.
Yeah.
And if you love it, cut it. But yeah, bobs I think are just hard to style too.
That is such a good idea. Next time Brooke comes, we have to do.
Wig it out.
Yeah.
I think she's getting her boobs done soon. So, girl, if you want to do an exclusive here on Just Trish on those
The
boobs,
debut.
after canceled, of course. But like, come here. I love it. I was so excited. And like, please tell me how you love it because I want to get mine done in like a year or two. So I'm like, let me know how you like it. I'm excited for her.
I'm also trying to set her up with Chase Crawford from Gossip Girl. And by set her up, I mean I told her that he was on Raya, and I was like,
is she on Raya?
Yeah.
I saw that too. Did I say it to you? I was saying it to someone, maybe my sister or something. I was like, oh my god, he's on Raya. That's so, like, it's so wild to me. Like, he surely couldn't find someone to date.
I mean, I'm trying to think of how to say it. When Olivia O'Brien was here and she talked about the actor that she met with who was on Raya.
Is it Chase Crawford?
No.
You actually can't say it. Do I know? Did I? Oh, Did she say it here?
She told you
But
his
I didn't know who it was, right?
Yeah, you didn't know who he was, but he's like very like hot. Like he's like
oh,
one of the hottest like in demand actors right now. Like
really? Wait,
yes.
Can you tell me and bleep it? What's he on?
But you don't know him.
I still don't know him.
He's in like serious like Oscar movies.
No way.
Yeah, he's like he's like the next like Timmy Chalamet vibes.
Wow.
Yeah, like he's gonna be in like a lot of big movies coming up. But
damn.
But when she said him, I was like, damn. So I think everyone like
is on Raya.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
I just like, and again, no shade, but I feel like a lot of people I know on Raya are like not even like influenced, like even just like a hairstylist is on Raya, you know what I mean? Which is like fine, but I always thought it was only like big celebrities. But I just know some people who have like normal jobs that are on there.
I guess they had to start widening up the dating pool after a while.
It's always the women too that are like the ones that don't have like the famous jobs. So maybe it's like the Playboy Mansion where it's like all famous men, but only like
hot girls.
hot girls.
Yeah,
that could be that because I'm like I know a lot of people are just like again normal jobs, nothing wrong with it. But I was like, oh, it's interesting.
Did you know Dakota Johnson's brother was one of the founders of Raya?
Which one's Dakota Johnson?
The Madam Web.
Oh,
late
50
girl.
Shades of Grey.
Yes.
I was thinking Dakota Fanning. Dakota Johnson,
Dakota
yes.
Johnson.
So I was like, wait. And then I was thinking Don Johnson, which is okay, yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
When did he start it?
A while ago. I think maybe 2012, maybe 2012.
Oh.
I think like around there.
Do you know why?
No, it was like a group of his friends thought of the idea in college. And they did it.
Period. They need a documentary on it. It's like Facebook. They need to get Armie Hammer to play him in
Armie Hammer is canceled.
Wasn't he in the Facebook movie?
I think he was, but that was pre him wanting
cancellation.
to like, eat ladies or whatever.
He could be in the one that Glen Powell was talking about, the one where they were like putting the lotion on the girls. He could be in that one. That'd be his dream. That's his method acting. That's his sex scenes right there. He's like,
Did
yes.
you see Glen Powell's statement after it?
No, what did he say?
He was like, he just tweeted something about like, so this good to know the story that my sister told me was fake, but everyone's like, Glenn, it's not your fault. You just believed women. Like,
okay, pretty privileged. Like, it's not your fault, babe.
You just believed women.
You just believe women who are liars. But you were right. Good for believing them. I love it. I love that they turned it positive. I'm not a huge Glen Powell fan. I don't know if I love his acting.
Haven't seen him. I saw him in Scream Queens.
Scream Queens.
Yes, love Scream Queens.
You do love?
Yeah.
I can't get into it.
I think it's
Anyone
Scream
But You?
Queens is very of the time, but
Yeah.
Anyone But You I liked, didn't love, but his acting was good in it.
I like the movie. I didn't like his acting in it.
I think that's all I've seen him in. I'm excited to see him in Twisters. That just seems
Okay,
fun,
is it
but...
Twisters, like
Yes.
tornadoes, or the game?
Wait.
Don't they make movies based on games now? Like, I feel like every...
What is a Twister movie going to be? Like you put in your foot over here?
They make them on board
you have
games.
like the world championship of Twister.
Don't they make movies based on board games? I swear there was a big board game movie that just happened, and it was like based on something so stupid like
Yeah,
Twister.
I think all the way back to Jumanji.
Not even
and,
Jumanji.
like-
No, there was one that was so... God, what movie
There's
is it?
going to be a Monopoly movie, I think.
Yeah,
Or-
something like stupid.
yeah.
But I feel like they always do stupid stuff like based on like Hot Wheels or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so Twister is the tornadoes.
Yes.
Plural.
Plural because it's a sequel or another
there's
one.
2 Twisters coming. I like the original Twister. Was it in the 90s it came out? I remember
Yeah.
liking that movie when I was a kid. Okay, good for him. I mean, I guess. The Twister movies board game sounds better.
What I don't know. Glen Powell seems very sweet. I met him one time and he was very nice, but it was pre his like glow up. So
I don't think I'd want him on the Just Trish podcast.
What?
What would I ask him?
Any more stories, cannibal stories from you can give us?
Sometimes I just think in perspective, like, what do I get excited to see this person? And the answer would be no. And not, I mean, it's good he goes on other people's podcasts, but you know what I mean? Like Zac Effron, I'm going to pull out all the stops, you know?
I feel like in a year you'll have a Glen Powell phase or something,
Okay.
and then you'll come back.
Love him.
People will post this clip and be like,
That's so. I need to stop saying I don't like people because I know whenever I get opportunities, the first thing I think of is like, did I ever talk bad about this person? Is this going to come out in a clip? Like the Call Her Daddy, I was like, okay, well, I definitely said she's not funny or something. So I had to tell her right away. I was like, just so you know, girl. Yeah, you're right. Or if I act with him, he's in the tavern show or something. I'm like, sorry. Yikes. Okay, yeah, we need to only talk
oh my god, that was
about
funny.
people.
And he almost took Jonathan Bailey's role in Jurassic Park. It got sent. He got it first, but then he turned it down. And then Jonathan Bailey got
Why?
it. He said he
Did
read
Twisters?
the script and it just didn't want to do it.
Sus. Jurassic Parkers are like the biggest movies
I
ever.
know, it's like-
I'm like, okay.
And it
but-
sounds
I'm
pretty
gonna
easy.
stick to Twister.
Yeah,
Sounds more,
the movie
sounds
from the
more
90s
real.
that no one remembers. Okay, I mean, respect. Jonathan Bailey just taking all the roles now.
I know,
Love
our new
it.
leading man. An enemy update.
No, weird. I don't have enemies. No more enemies.
I
thought.
have an enemy.
Okay.
Harry
Oscar.
Jowsey.
Oh, enemy for
Yeah.
sure. God, I can't. I just watched the clips of the perfect match or whatever it is online. I'm like, God, he's so kissing Melinda, all this stuff. I'm just like, why are you so? Do you think this? I'm gonna say it's a character, his skankiness on it, right? Like, why is he playing all these women? He told Jessica he loved her. Is this why he's an enemy, or is there a new event?
He was trolling Riley Arnold on TikTok.
Leave her alone. She's 19, like freshly 19. You're just so weird. What's he trolling her with?
He did a TikTok with a girl who looks like Riley.
Weird.
And
That's Justin Timberlake weirdness, like Cry Me a River, like you know, like
Yes.
you're being weird.
and he posted like a weird audio. Let me find the quote. Oh yeah, so he was like laughing in this little video with like a girl that looks like Riley, and it was like to the audio, if you love somebody, set them free. And then in the clip, the girl that's with him is like looking out into the distance for the person that they set free. And then some of his fans were leaving comments about like Riley, about how Riley was like way too obsessed with him right away.
How do I know that? What? Off what basis?
And another fan said that Riley needs to see this video for her to get over him. And a lot of them just said it was downright hilarious. And I don't understand where the pro Harry I guess it's his TikTok, so whatever. But
I think he bought the spam bot comments because they all kind of sound similar too. And I feel like that's no one's first thought. It's like she was too obsessed with you. I was like, I've never heard that rhetoric anywhere. Like,
just
where
'cause
that?
she thought that you guys were a couple maybe, and that she liked you. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
she was too obsessed with you. Oh my, like weird.
It is weird.
And who's still thinking about that, Harry? Like, you know what I mean? Like he just wants to bring that back up.
Actually, the more I think about it, the more like this is why he's my enemy, because
Yeah.
he is the one that like profited off of like leading everyone on you're not in Bridgerton. Like, you don't need to sell that you're like actually a couple.
Yeah, you're
with,
real people.
Yeah, you're real people. You don't have to like sell this fantasy, you know, because she's also like a real person and like a teenager.
And it's a young person at that, so it's like weird.
He bought her that like Van Cleef bracelet.
$15,000.
Yes. So like, why is she crazy for thinking that like you guys
you
were
liked
a
her?
thing?
Yeah. She's 18. She's fresh. It's like, you're weird.
And then all of a sudden you have a little podcast and you want to be like shady about her and say like, oh, it made your your real relationship complicated. Like,
no,
so
you're the
annoying.
weirdo. That's such a boring podcast too. I don't know what they were thinking on the Unwell Network. They have Alex Earl and Alexander Cooper, and I was just like, "What? Harry Jowsey is your boy you put on there?"
I saw like clips on. I'm giving myself permission to be full hater because he's Harry Jowsey, but I like saw clips. I was like, what could they possibly have going on at the Harry show or whatever?
Yeah,
you know?
No, nothing.
And it's just like him talking, like just him.
It's just him, like one camera with like a grass behind him, like every other podcast, and him just like rambling. And I'm just like, I can't even understand where the story is going. Like, I really did try to watch it. I was like, okay, like, I don't understand it. Couldn't get through it. I couldn't get through it even to find tea. And I was like, there's nothing he's saying. It's like a circle. And I was just like, this is wild.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad. And like, I don't get it. Like, Glen Powell, give it to him. He believes women.
He's
you know?
a yapper.
Yeah.
Glen Powell, a yapper. You know what I mean?
Pro-women.
Yes, he believes women.
Believes women.
For better or worse.
Yeah, you need a yapper, Harry. I mean, he really pushes that 40 minutes. Like, did we hit the 40 minute? It gives me like David Dobrik vibes where they just piece together stories to hit 40 minutes. Yeah. And like, I don't know if podcasting's for everybody. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
and it's like, the fact that like you're making this narrative be like she's obsessed with you, but you're the one like still milking it, dude.
Yeah,
like,
you're having like a lookalike in your TikTok,
and you're doing interviews, and you're still talking about her in all your interviews, promoting your Netflix show. Yeah. So it's like,
and she's not talking about you ever. Like, if you constantly are talking about someone and their name's on your mouth, and you're like doing weird, like you're obsessed, especially if they're not talking about you, then it becomes creepy. And then we're like, is Riley okay? Should we be protecting her? Like, this seems a little bit scary. It's borderline dangerous at that point. So I don't know. If someone was making had a lookalike of me in a TikTok, I'd be like, you're weird. Yeah. I'm just trying to live my life in Utah.
Yeah. I know she followed you, right? Like, this is an open invitation to Riley.
I'll DM her.
Yeah, because you know what? Like, I need to like get to the bottom of this with like she seems very, very sweet, but like, you know,
we can keep it sweet.
We're not hard hitting, but we can be like, it's a key. We'll be shady. Yeah, this is the place.
But we can also be shady off camera if you want.
Yeah,
because sometimes I like when people come and I'm like, okay, you can give me the tea, and I never want to make them uncomfortable, but I would like in person, I would definitely be that person to be like, okay, girl, tell me the real, and like they do, and it's like I just want her to know like everything. Yeah. Because also like you were 18 at the time, like no matter what, if you didn't, whatever, like you're not in the wrong of this because one, you were like you're a professional, you were the professional hired to like dance with him, and he was making this weird thing, and then like your feelings get involved, your emotions get involved, and like even if you are playing along, you're 18, you don't know, like, you know, there's just whatever. Hopefully she knows that. That's my speech to her. Because any 18, 19-year-old and you're being weird and manipulative with them, you're weird. And she must have been freshly 18 when they did that show because she just turned 19 like a month or two ago.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, the fact that like Harry used it to his advantage, like get further in the show and like even post show to still be like popular. Like I think the main, like if you look at his views and stuff like on TikTok, the ones with her are the ones that do the best. So it's like,
I know.
Ooh.
And he was such a horrible
dancer. And
I was like, how is he getting this far? Shame on Dancing with the Stars for even putting him on in the first place because he's trash. And even if it is a character, like, I mean, I was like trolling as a character or whatever, like, and I don't get on those things. It's like he was still trolling as like a bad person. So like, why would you put him on the show, on an ABC show where it's for kids, it's Disney owned, like it's just
put him with like a young girl.
Yeah, yes. Stop doing that too. That's
because like
weird.
when JoJo was on it, she was also a teenager, but they put her with like an older girl. Like her partner was like one of the regular like professionals.
Wait, was she older or was she like JoJo's age?
She was old. Like she was one of the normal like
but she was a teenager.
But JoJo was a teenager, yeah, because it was like 2 years ago, I think. So she was probably 19.
Oh, right. Okay, so she was like a legal teenager, but yeah.
Because how old is Harry?
Harry's like 20. Actually, I don't know. I was like 26 because they're all like that age, but I don't know. Too old for
27.
an 18-year-old. Yeah.
So like, why if they have JoJo with like a normal like regular professional, like why they have to go out of their way to get a young one for Harry?
She was a new one.
No, she was already like one of the regular like professionals on the show, but like they put her with JoJo. Like I was like, because it was same sex, like two girls.
Right. No, but Harry's was that a new one?
Harry's was new, yeah.
So you're saying they like went out and got this like
I
young
feel like
one.
they got her like specifically to be with Harry. You know what I mean? Because like he was. Harry was like the youngest one, I guess.
Oh, okay. So they're trying. I guess in
I
that
feel like they
case,
wouldn't put her with like a 40-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, they probably should have gotten to someone older in general because 18 is just like young to handle.
Yeah, I mean she's so good, so like I'm
No,
glad
definitely.
but yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like they know on that show that relationships form. So
Yes, because I mean look at all the there's a lot of couples that came.
a
out
lot of
Dancing with the
couples, a
Stars.
ton.
Yeah.
Like that one guy from Shark Tank, like literally left his wife for like Kim. So it happens. That's don't go on Dancing with the Stars because I think that's what they don't know. God, people, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. I don't speculate. I'm like, maybe they had a bad relationship because I'm like, I couldn't imagine going on Dancing with the Stars and like being with like, I don't know, their name's Vladimir or something and being like, bye Moses, I just met Vladimir. And like you leave after like a marriage of 10 years for like a 3-month like a dancing. I don't know. It's so weird to me.
It is weird.
I guess you spend a lot of time together, but
yeah, and it's like very close, but I don't know.
yeah, but you don't know the person like you know your husband of 10 years or 30 years. In that guy's case, that's so odd. I guess you're just over it. You're just looking for something new.
Uh-huh.
Well, I could do Dancing with the Stars. Moses would be right there filming everything. Everyone knows us so much as like Trisha Moses. Even when I posted a Jason Momoa TikTok this weekend, like it was from me, like it was like a trend of like, you know, the like, that made me crazy. Like you do something like crazy or whatever. And I talked about like going to meet and greets to like pretend like I was dating Jason Momoa because he was always had his arms around me. So every meet and greet I would do, like you can ask him. And Jason's like one of those people, I mean, just on first name basis. Jason's one of those guys that'll like, no, but like literally I paid, I waited in line. I didn't even get like VIP. My mom and I were like waiting in line for hours at all these Comic Cons. And like, yeah, you could just ask him like, oh, can you do one like holding me from behind? And he's like down to do it. But I would like do it in like hopes to make some like people like jealous. Like, oh my God, look at me dating Jason Momoa. Even though the background is like New York Comic Con or something like that. But I would like do it. Anyways, I posted it, nothing in the of it because I was more like a flex. Like, look at all my pictures of Jason Momoa. You know what I mean? Because I just found him in my phone. And everyone's just like, no, Trish, you're with Moses. Moses is better. I'm like, I'm not like debating on if I should be with Jason Momoa or Moses. I'm just saying, like, it was wild. But then so many in the comments were just like, you found the real life Aquaman. You have your real, like, it is very true. Now you don't have your beard, but usually when you have your beard, you're like hotter than Jason Momoa. And I always say that too.
That's
I think,
sweet.
yeah. But he could be my giant in my tavern, Jason Momoa. Well, you could be too. We could do CGI.
Just put my face on a giant.
Yeah. I mean, they probably have to CGI anyways, even with Jason Momoa. He's got to be, he's not a giant, you know, but, anyways, I kind of don't really like him anymore anyways. Ever since, like, him and Lisa Bonet were together for so long, and now he has, like, this new girlfriend that's, like,
I didn't
young.
know he was a new girlfriend.
Yeah, I was, like, on Instagram. I think they hard launched it.
Oh.
And, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, I just love that he was with her for so long, and they had kids together, and I was like, oh, he seems just, like, in love. I don't know. I like people in relationships better than people that are single. People that are single seem like players to me. I'm like, nah. You know what I mean? But as Jason Momoa, I was like, oh, he's got a wife. He loves her. It's great. It's this older woman, you know, age appropriate, whatever. But okay, he's out.
You kind of got into a little drama recently, I would say. This was a tip. This was a tip from a viewer, actually.
Ooh, I love that we're getting hot tips.
Me too. My DMs. I don't normally go in my DMs, as you know, they make me a little anxious. But
Yeah.
I went looking just to peruse, and then someone said, "Oh, Oscar, I have a hot topic for you." That was like the preview, and I was like, "Oh, let me see." And then they were in LEO SKEPI's Instagram or TikTok Live.
Let me get a text from Leo after this. I don't even know what it is, good or bad. I just know. I'm going to text Leo. Love you, Leo. You're wonderful. But I'm scared. Not of him, just in general. Of drama. I'm scared of drama. I'm scared of everyone.
They were in Leo's TikTok Live, and then I guess in the comments it became people were talking about like you and Tana's friendship, and then Leo allegedly, because I haven't seen a clip, I've just seen this is just like an alleged witness.
This could be a troll just trying to stir up drama.
I know, imagine.
Okay. This is what we heard, allegedly.
Allegedly
okay.
heard.
He could be my gentle giant, Leo Skepi.
He's tall, yeah.
Or sexy giant, not gentle giant. Yeah, he's tall. He could be in it.
But anyway, the topic of your friendship with Tana came up, and he allegedly was like, you know, like not all friendships are like made to last. Love Tana though. Which is allegedly.
Okay, well, me and Tana have been going 10 years strong, so I don't know about you. Maybe we're closer now than before because we're both podcasters. Top podcasters, I should add. But okay. I guess it's a little shady.
A little shady.
You know.
Then I was like, well,
that's weird because Leo be texting me. I feel like we're good. I just don't text back a lot, but maybe that's why. I think that is the problem when I don't text back people. This is when I get in trouble. But honestly, I don't have the capacity sometimes. And it's not him. I don't text you back sometimes. You don't text us back. When you don't text us back, I'm always like, oh, Oscar's not texting back. There was last week we didn't hear from you right away. I was like, I don't know. Just Oscar. Sometimes he just doesn't text back, but I do get a little concerned. I'm like, it's kind of weird he hasn't texted back to both of us. So I was like, odd. But no, in general, I don't like to text back either. I'm very much like, I have to force myself to even open your text because I'm just like, okay, well, it's like we're gonna see each other, like work related, Friday's coming, like let's plan it. But I get anxiety opening anyone's text, and definitely, yeah, I definitely haven't responded to a few Leos, so maybe that's why he was a little sad because he told me he was sensitive here. He said he's a Pisces. Yeah. He says he's sensitive when people don't write back, and I tried to tell him I'm not a good texter and I'm not a good friend. That's why I have no friends. So I don't know what to tell you, but
that kind of makes sense. Because I guess when I read that, I was like, is it because of like when he had like the plus size clothing thing, and we were just like, fatties need to dress cute too,
right,
So I was like,
and
is
he
that
even apologized. He even told me like that it was taking eye contact and blah blah. He was telling me like what he meant.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't that.
Yeah,
that's the only thing
like,
I could think
don't
of.
worry. I love Leo. I love him, and he has been a little problematic this year, but honestly, like I love him. Not even in spite of it, but almost because of it. Because I'm like, you know what? I know getting yourself into hot water. I've been there and done that. It just happens. So yeah, okay. Well, no hard feelings here. I mean, we can't be friends. We can't be friends, but you can be in my Netflix show. We can't be friends because I don't have friends. I'm not a good friend. I don't trust people. We talked about this. Okay, look at me and Shane Dawson. Okay, like friendships just don't work. But you can be in my TV show. And I love you. And you can keep texting, and I'll try and text back. I know you're a little more sensitive to people, and you told me this. You're a Pisces, so I'll try and text back. But I also have 2 kids under 2, and it's actually very, very hard.
I mean, people need to adjust expectations because
expectation
is the source of disappointment. You know what I mean? And
well,
there's no reason to be.
I think I never got it when people had kids. I never was like, who cares? Like your work, like I never thought about it too. So if you don't have kids, it's hard to understand, especially 2 under 2. And I was like, this is actually very difficult. Even with 2 of us, I'm like, I don't know how people do it with just like 1. It's hard. Even with my mom, like it's just hard to watch 2 kids at once under 2 because they just be wild and both of them. If one's not spitting up, one's jumping off her chair or something. It's just like a lot happening.
Yeah, but I mean, we always say it's not personal. It's just.
Trish.
It's just Trish. That's right. It's nothing personal. I still love you, Leo. It's fine. He probably loves Tana a little more, which I get. We gotta go where the clout is. And I think Tana would be the first to respect that. Yeah, you go. And that's like, if she was like the king, I'm like the duke. I've learned the hierarchy of the royal family
because
now.
of Bridgerton.
Yes. There's a duke on the first season. Then there's a viscount, which is Jonathan Bailey. And we don't know what level that is. I think that's below a duke, though. Because everyone was very impressed. Like, oh, she's marrying a duke. So I think that's above the viscount. And what other ones are there? I don't even know. Prince. There was a prince in the first season.
Baron.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what any of these people are, but I only want a duke or a king, and I feel like she'd be the king and I'd be the duke.
Okay,
I'm just in my head.
Okay.
I mean, Trixie's retiring, or she has a sabbatical, so I feel like I can take the duke position because she'd probably be up there like king and queen or something like that, too. Probably Brittany's up there for real. Brittany Brodsky, she's probably above us, too, but all right, whatever. I'll be a baron. I'll be the Featherton woman, not Penelope, but the mom. Very beautiful, by the way. She's very beautiful. Go down
It's
a peg.
funny. I think at least you have the excuse of babies. I'm neurodivergent, so that's always
a good
my excuse. Yeah.
That's a good one.
It is. I also like always have my problem is I always have a video like playing because like I always just need to have like something playing. So I never see notifications because like my phone is never like off. Like my phone is just always on playing a video.
So what do you mean you don't see it doesn't show when you play videos? I don't know.
Like I'll have it just like playing, like I'll leave it somewhere and then I just hear it.
You don't want the notification to interrupt what you're watching or listening to.
Because
otherwise every second there's a
because I'm not even watching the YouTube. Like I just have like something playing in the background.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
For hours, and I can never have like silence. Even if I'm like editing, I always have like something playing. It's crazy.
We could never live together. I need silence in the glam room. I need silence. Even photo shoots. I'm like, can we have no music? Like I just love silence. I don't like it in the car. I don't like it in the. I need like silence.
I can't listen to like music when I'm trying to focus. It has to be some like random like 4-hour like video on something, just like playing in the background. Yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah,
it helps you focus more.
Kind of. Yeah.
You're like very cute, but tall. I'm fine with a short guy too. It doesn't matter. Sorry. I don't want to discriminate, huh? What?
You're in the market.
Well, I'm telling the short kings out there that it's okay because I feel like every woman wants a 6-foot man, and I just want to let the short guys know it's okay.
Okay.
I'm not in the market, but damn. Maybe for my leprechaun.
The faith alive.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just letting people know because you're very tall and handsome. And I was saying, ooh, you're like very cute but tall, so I don't want them to think like you're superior because you're tall. We love short kings too.
Shorties can be Chads too.
Yes.
This is the
that
moral
what
of the
is a
story.
Chad?
It's like a hot, like superior man. Like
Oh,
it's
is
like
that-
the man you kind of want to go
When
after.
when they have the memes with like the chiseled face,
Yeah.
like, the really
No, I don't think I've seen that. I just heard Gypsy say Chad, and I was like, I'm kind of confused. Wasn't Glen Powell Chad in Scream Queens?
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
That's what I think of. I'm always like Chad,
like strong, like really like masculine features, like
Chad.
jawline, like strapping.
like usually
guy.
you won't use it for yourself. Like it's like
Someone else calls you,
or like
Why?
it's
Who
not,
used it for themselves?
she a gypsy. Like you
For
don't
her
use
boyfriend.
it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
usually don't.
She's like, I'm dating a Chad, and you're not. I
Yeah,
love
because
that.
it's like it's almost like becomes like not a compliment.
Are
It's
you a
like
Chad?
used
What's the
sarcastically.
opposite? What's
No,
the
I'm
opposite of
not
a
a
Chad?
Chad.
What's a Chad? Or what's the opposite of a Chad?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Can there just be like a normal?
What's it?
You're like a Da Vinci. You're like an artist. I'm not dating a Chad. I'm dating a Da Vinci. I just came. Is that new? Did I just come up with
yeah,
that?
and then it can be like
okay.
stay pressed quesadilla.
That's not okay. Well, I mean,
What else
panini press
can
is more of a serve, but maybe like a press, like a hair
a
flat
juice,
iron.
stay
Juice.
pressed. I think
Oh,
juice.
that's a good one too. Say juice pressed. Okay. I still have the fuzz on me, but it's fine. All right. Oh, wow. All right. Wrapping up with we'll do a follow-up to last week's episode.
Yes, we've been following the Cody Co case very closely.
Very
over here.
closely. I don't even remember what we talked about. I remember.
You don't
I
remember?
remember. I
Oh,
remember.
okay.
It was pretty serious. It was pretty,
Yeah.
pretty dark, pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So obviously we talked about how Tana mentioned on the canceled live show that she had sexual relations with Cody Co when she was just 17. He was 25. And it's kind of been in this weird bubble, right? Because I feel like some people have talked about it. It's gotten some like mainstream pickup. Like I think, I want to say like a Rolling Stone, an article, like a outlet like that, like a Rolling Stone, a BuzzFeed, like a Business Insider. Like it's getting some pickup. But it hasn't really hit like the mainstream yet, so Cody's been pretty much like skating by. I did see though that like his he had to start like if you comment something with Tana's name on it, like on YouTube and Instagram, it doesn't go through, and like on Reddit he has like his moderators like removing anything talking about it.
You're not allowed to like moderate your own Reddit. I thought that was the whole thing.
It's not like it's not him moderating, but one of the moderators is like an employee. It's like their email is like Tiny Meat Gang or whatever, and like they went to Duke with Cody. So
okay.
It's like someone
nepotism. That's so funny. That's like if you're the moderator for like I don't know the rules of Reddit. I'm not on
really
Reddit.
know
I think
either.
it's
I don't
toxic. But like if we had a Just Trish Reddit and I was like, Oscar, you're the moderator. Delete anything about this, and this.
Actually, I think whoever made our Reddit made me a moderator, but I don't know how to moderate. So I guess that
really?
helps.
Oh, yeah, weird. Okay. Like, I get putting it in the comments. Obviously, that's something you can control. But I feel like with a Reddit or something, like, you shouldn't be able to control that, right? Like,
I guess so. I mean, it depends.
I hate
'cause,
Reddit,
like,
by the way, but
there's some, like, subreddits that, like, you want to keep, like, positive. So for us, like, anything that's, like, just, like, people being terrible, like, gets removed, So, like, I guess there's that. But
yeah.
this isn't, like, just... This is something that he like allegedly did. It's kind of like
That's
something
true. It's also like criminal.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to hide it. It's like, ooh, like just address it. If you're gonna hide it, I get it. If you're gonna hide it, but like address it first and then just like block it because you're like, I addressed it once. That's it. But if you're not addressing it at all, like then what the hell?
Yeah, I'm interested to see like where it goes, if anywhere. I feel like this is my problem. Like, so many of like the commentary bros, they're just seen as like the funny, nice commentary bros, and like there's stuff that like they do that gets so like pushed aside and like they don't really get like held accountable just because they're likable like little white guys. Yeah.
And like their fan bases are just like let them just talk about whatever. It's like if we say one thing wrong, like I'm just like, oh my god, what do we talk about?
I know, and it's
gays,
like,
this, that. I'm like, oh, did I say it right? Like yeah.
Yes. It's like it's so odd to me. And then the sad thing too, like obviously there's a lot of like Tana's fans who are like still putting up the good fight, but then a lot of like Cody's or even like casual fans are like, well, it's kind of like what we talked about last week, like, well, it's Tana, like, and it's like that whole narrative of like you have to be like the perfect victim for people to care, I guess, like like with the Wilbur, like the Minecraft boy, the one that happened like a couple months ago when like his girlfriend kind of like talked about how he was abusive towards her. Like she's just like such a sweet person, like very sweet, demure. Because I was trying to see, like, well, why did everyone, like, because Wilbur's fans were like crazy, you know, like he had that like it was like the One Direction in Minecraft, right? Like a lot of young girls who would like defend him always, but it's like when Shelby came forward, like everyone like believed her right away, and then I was thinking like what the difference is, and I guess because she's just like her whole brand is just being like a wholesome gamer.
Of course, yeah, I think that it is it because Tana's always been loud, outspoken. She used to do like sexual story time, so people are just like, "Well, it's Tana," you know, like, and that's just our world, and I don't know if that's like ever gonna get better. I feel like it's always been like that. Like if you're a super sexual being, it's like, well, like me, like anybody, it's like, well, that's just her. You know what I mean? You know, and I feel like you get that a lot. Well, Trisha makes fun of herself, or Trisha's this, or, you know, whatever. Like and Tana the same way. So it's like she won't care. She's that girl. She talks about all the guys she's hooked up with. She talks about this, you know. So I think it just gets discredited when it's someone who has like who's a sexual being or something like that, which sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's also like, you know, not her. I'll put it back on me being like, you know, why am I the way and why was I so hypersexual? It's like, okay, because people were like doing weird sexual shit with me at 13, at 12. You know what I mean? It's like that's why I am, and then it just kind of like puts you on that path of something. And not to say that's her. I mean, maybe she's just like enjoys whatever. That's why I'm not speaking for Tana, but I'm just saying in general, like people should have more sympathy for those people because it's like, okay, why are they like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like it's frustrating, like seeing those comments in this day and age, like people like automatically discrediting Tana just because they like Cody, but it's like
that's how it is. Which is
yeah,
so but it will flip at some point. Like it will, and it's like maybe not publicly, maybe not whatever, but I do feel like it. I don't know. It balances itself out somehow. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like at some point someone has to, like, take accountability. They have to talk. You know, it's kind of like the iDubbbz thing, right? Like, so many years later, iDubbbz, like, oh, what I did was kind of, like, actually and, like, apologize to Tana and this whole, like, redemption thing. And not to say that's going to happen necessarily with this, but maybe something maybe it won't go away. You know what I mean? Maybe it'll always be there looming. And I feel like, again, all he can do is address it at this point.
Yeah. I didn't see the Jeff FM with Tana yet. Did she talk? I saw that it was the thumbnail, but...
It was a thumbnail?
Yeah, like, it was like Cody's silhouette was in the thumbnail.
Oh. Wait, what do you mean? Just like dark?
It was like an outline, like a shadow of Cody.
How do you know it was him?
Because it was like little hair, like it was.
Oh, I see.
It was like
no, they were. He brought it up, and like they were about to talk about it. I don't think she like went into like any depth about it because I just saw clips online.
I know. I'm interested to see like. It's funny because everyone assumes like she's so like drama or whatever, but this is something that she has like alluded to, but has never like gone in. I saw a clip of like old canceled, like, you know, season 1 or something, where she was like, yeah, like she was talking about like her experiences with guys and stuff. She's just, yeah, like I was 17. And like it was like hooking up with like Cody JC Caitlin 17 or 18. Like she like went and like
they
added,
do that. Yeah.
Yes. And
I feel like
and that made me feel bad because I like you could like see she looks like off camera and then adds the 18.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
no, for sure. And I feel like I've known people that come here too, like that just kind of like say like, oh, it's 18, but then I'm like, I do the math and I'm kind of like, you sure?
Yeah.
But you know, you want to cover. You also think I also know this too, like you also want to like cover yourself, right? Like you think like, well, I get in trouble because I was 17, which is not the case. Like a 17-year-old will not get in trouble. It's the adult, but then you're like, maybe I don't want them to like, because that is true. What if Cody's like, yeah, it happened, I'm sorry, but it's also like. But I don't think you can go to jail unless you like pressed her. I don't really know how it happens. It's all sticky and icky and gross. But yeah, it is kind of interesting. And yeah, I think they switch it to trying to protect them too, or just not make it a big thing. But like, I was 18.
Yeah, and that's also like such a like her scandals are always like a little silly at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
this one's more serious.
It's like it is. I mean, actual criminal.
Yeah.
So like everything else is kind of just like. I mean, like obviously, like, you know, death to the, you know, wine lady was like interesting. It was like
right.
Some people thought it was very serious. It was like, you know, it was still kind of in comparison a little lighter.
Yeah. It was obviously not a real threat.
Not very real. Yeah, but this one is real. So I don't know, like.
And she hasn't talked about it on Canceled, so it's like it is one of those things where maybe she wants to let it go. That's what we're going to
I don't know either. I'm interested to see like what like her feelings are about it, because
I like to see her, because even if it's not like talked about on camera, I just always like to know like her feelings.
Yeah, make sure she's like okay.
Yeah.
Like,
that was always my concern. I was like, oh, like, you know, it's, and then when it does get blown up again, sometimes it can be a little like anxiety.
Yeah, because
like, no.
Obviously, if it's something that she wanted to like, you know,
talk about,
have like a big like talk about and have like action, like, you know, people like turning on him, it's something that she could have brought up literally like at any time of her life,
or talk about and Canceled again now that it's blown up, but she hasn't.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like every time like I hear about something like this, like I saw an older video of you where it was like, or maybe it was in the Tati Dumb as Hell one or whatever. It's like you can't like information or like people tell you things, but like you can't speak on it until you can't like expose someone else's story. You know?
That's for sure me and like a lot of situations because again, I feel like a lot of people in the best way because it is a safe space like tell me so much stuff when they come here, and then you're kind of almost like, okay, but I don't know like what's true, what's not. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, something like really serious, right? You report it to the cops or the, whatever, but it's. Someone was just talking about this, like how Tatsi, I think, was talking about like it wasn't her place to report it to the cops or something. I was like, who was just talking about this? It wasn't my place to report it to authorities, and I was just like, okay, but like, and it was something she didn't even talk about in the video. So I was like, okay, well, what was it? Like, if it is something you should tell the cops, like maybe you should tell the cops. You know what I mean? Yeah. And in the off chance you're wrong, you could just say like, someone just told me this. I just want to make sure someone's okay. Yeah. I guess depending on the scope of the situation. But in this case, again, I don't know how it works. Like. I'm sure lots of 17-year-olds have slept with older guys. It's like I think maybe parents have to press charges or something. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure. It works either. But it's still creepy.
And it's like I don't know. I hear stuff about like other like guys that you wouldn't think, and it's like, but it's like not like my place to sit here and be like, yeah, you wouldn't believe what this guy, what someone told me this guy did. But it's I don't know. So it's frustrating because like I obviously want like the guys who do stuff to like have their moment of like karmic retribution, but it's like it's so hard because obviously like it's such a process for the victims to like sit there and talk about it and have look at Tana, she mentioned it like offhanded on like the show and everyone's like I don't believe her blah blah blah,
right. And she probably just has so much going on in her life, and sometimes it's like me too. There's so many things I would love to talk about, like in the past. But I'm like, God, there's so much like good going on that it's like maybe I just want to keep focused. And she said it so offhanded, like in a show where she thought it wasn't maybe recorded and it was like part of a joke. And I can say that because of this, like you can tell it was like a trauma, and she just said it briefly. So it's like, yeah, she's on a good trajectory. So she's like, maybe I don't need to have this right now.
Yeah, but I so badly want him to have his karmic justice though, because it is like so.
It always happens. Like I said, it always comes back around. Even if it's something like that serious, you know what I mean? Like it does happen. Like I said, with iDubbbz, with everything, like something usually tends to happen. And me too. I've had a lot of karmic retribution. It's just like there's always stuff that balances it out, even if you don't see it, even if it's something equal. Like it happens. And again, nothing like terrible to happen to him, but I'm just saying like in general.
Yeah, it's just frustrating seeing like everyone still be like, I love Cody Wholesome Boy, like DJ.
Yeah, but we've seen it switch. You know what I mean? Like. Even if it has nothing to do with Tana, we've seen it switch. Like, even the David Dobrik stuff, like, just you see the switch sometimes. And even if the David and Jeff obviously had nothing to do with me. And it's like, I always will feel bad for Jeff. That's why I have such like a bond to him and stuff like that. Because I feel like that's traumatic. And I knew something like that would happen. And it just sucks that it happened. But at the same time, it's almost like, well, now people are seeing what I was saying. It kind of gives like a voice and truth to like what I had been saying. And we talk about that, Jeff, whatever. And it's, again, I don't wish it didn't happen to Jeff, but sometimes that stuff kind of comes about and for other people to see, and it sucks. And I think Jeff will get his good from it, whether he wins the lawsuit or not. I think he'll be able to be a winner, I guess, at the end somehow. I don't know how it works
morally, at least.
Yeah, morally, vindication, his own talk show. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure something good can come from that, and David obviously will get his if not already. As far as, again, just like what is it? Accountability? Nothing bad. I'm not like something bad's coming, and maybe it already has. Maybe he lost. That dispo. Maybe this stuff has been lost and financially, and I think that's what hurts him the most is like money stuff with David. So obviously the lawsuit, obviously all this stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. It does suck, but it always balances out. That's why I really want to be a good person just for me in the universe, because I'm like, being even sometimes a crappy person, you're just like, ooh, like I felt that, you know what I mean? Even if it was unintentional, even if like me exposing someone was because I was hurt, it's like, oh, I still reaped that, And I think it's just important to be a good person in general, but also just universally, so the universe aligns with you and is not trying to like hold you back, which is really just you holding yourself back.
And I think obviously like part of humanity is like messing up, but then being able to take accountability and like acknowledge, especially when you have victims, to acknowledge your victims, even if it's just
Tana, like maybe that, because like I said, it's like sometimes it just helps to get that, because if someone apologizes, right, it's kind of like Colleen stuff, it's like, what more can I say? She apologized to me, not to everyone else, but like I'm like, okay, if she's apologized, I'm like, that's it. I still think she's but it's like I don't know. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll still be following the story closely.
We'll still be following. Hopefully everything's okay. I'll see Tana this week. And yeah, it was never something I was going to text her over. I was going to be like, let's just text about it. Like, hopefully I'll just see her.
Yeah.
We always have a little talk before, even if it's not on. But we love you guys. If you're not on, you're off. That's a Hillary Duff line. If the light isn't on, it's off. Yes. Thanks for being my beer, Kyokin. You're so much hotter than him. And I think he's very hot, but I think you're... Oh, that's good. a week. He's good. He's a good actor. Oscar, thank you for being here, even on a Sunday. I hope my thing happens. Guys, that's awkward. We'll just be sitting here with nothing. But, you know, it was a slow Hot Topics week, so thank you guys for being here. Go to patreon.com/JustTrish if you want to see the extended. We'll see you next time.